Welcome back again to Iron Fang Invasion Book 6 as we enter into what may very well be a climactic battle here. I could see it going one of two ways. It could be a very tense and climactic battle, or it could be very, very awful. We'll have to see how it goes. But last time, everybody got to Stoneholm, the home of the Petches here on the vault of the Onyx Citadel, and you fought off the Shaitan who came to extort them, and you were able to, get him to leave, and they gave you some useless gems as payment, just decorations really, and told you about the archive that was in the hill behind a little crack in the wall sort of thing, and that the old master had gone in there a week or so ago. It didn't seem quite right when he came out, but he'd been in there and they hadn't seen him for like 2 weeks. So you went in, you wanted to talk to him, see if you could get any information, maybe get aid, just get an idea of what's going on, what you needed to do, and all that sort of information. And the place was pretty much abandoned. You were walking around, nobody there to talk to, nobody to fight really, until several rooms in, after you had realized that the place was kind of collapsing over all these earthquakes that had been occurring in recent days. And the first combatant you came across was a clockwork angel that descended from above and fought you, and it was I wouldn't say a terribly difficult fight. You guys quickly realized that the clockwork creature was weak to electricity, and Kieran was like, hey, I can do that, and started throwing out chain lightnings and whatnot, and you were able to put down the clockwork creature. And then the two sandmen that were in the room as well, they weren't really a big threat once their big buddy got taken down. So after that fight, you pretty much only had one way to go. You entered in a doorway which had a small hallway and another set of doors. You went to the other set of doors, you opened those, and you found yourselves in this room. And in this room there was a creature. And I kind of showed you the tokens last time. And I'll start up here, re-describe kind of the room you're in, the situation, and then we will jump right into initiative once that's through. So, as you open these doors and you see this chamber, there's crystal statues that line the walls of the room. They kind of ring around this large sandbox that's recessed into the chamber's center. And the only gap in this ring of crystal statues is at the back of the room, the western edge here, where there's this purple glass cylinder that's been cracked open, and it's kind of sitting on this raised dais. And also on this dais is the creature you see, which is a large insectile-like creature, lithe and thin, but looking at you. And as it was, a strange substance was leaking out of the cracks in its, exoskeleton, and forming this being that looked almost like a clone of itself, but crimson red, like floating blood or something like that. And a conversation seemed to be held between the two creatures, but there were no words. It seemed to be either non-verbal communication or some sort of telepathy. And you quickly realized it was telepathy when the red crimson creature turned to look at you and started speaking directly into your minds. And unfortunately, you weren't able to make out exactly what it said, as it was an ancient dialect of Terran. But with your linguistics checks, you were able to at least identify the word subjects. And that is where we will hop right into it with initiative checks from everybody.
I don't want to die.
I'm going to expend my heightened awareness to get a +4 to this roll. So my initiative is a 14. Wow, that was totally worth it for a natural 2.
Nice.
Good job, Sarah.
That'll do.
Oh, look at
net
Jessup.
20 for a 31.
What a show off.
All right.
Holy moly, my initiative is higher than all yours combined. Bunch of scrubs.
Okay.
That just means I get to run away and watch you guys all die.
Right.
Yeah.
Just start sprinting out of the room.
So Kieran
Like
got
high hands.
14.
No, my action will be to give saving finale to Kieran so he can cast Dimension Door, and then we will just pray for you two.
Why can't we go with you?
Because we're not next to each other. You have to be
It's a
touching.
5 foot. It's a 5 foot step for Kieran.
But I can only give him one standard action.
Oh my goodness.
All right. Well, so funnily enough, when I rolled initiative on my little combat chart here, it didn't get the exact initiatives that you guys rolled, but the order that everybody was is the same. So I changed the numbers around, but nobody had to move. So that's nice. So starting up in the first round of initiative, we have going first Jessup. So Jessup, as I said, you see into this chamber, you see this insectile creature just standing there staring at you. This crimson substance coming out, forming another creature, and you hear the ancient words in your head, but the only word you're able to make out is subjects. What would you like to do?
Yeah, I'm assuming... I mean, I don't know. Can I get a knowledge roll on that old god? I mean, I don't even know if we can, really.
I'm going to say no.
Okay.
Like technically in the way the knowledge check rules work, like there's nothing that would stop somebody from learning something, but the base modifier for this I think would probably be too high to learn. I mean, I guess what's your bonus?
What would I be rolling?
This would be planes.
Not religion?
Ideally, I would have taken my nat 20 roll, so that would have gotten me a 35.
Yeah, that wouldn't be enough. So
Okay.
you don't know what this creature is.
Not the mutagen old god thing, but can I roll it on the other dude?
Other dude, the DC would be the same. Well, not the
Okay.
same, but it would still be higher than what you could roll with a 35.
Yeah, isn't he also like ancient?
Yeah. The DC for him actually wouldn't be as high because it goes off CR, so it would be slightly lower, but it would still be higher than what you can
Okay.
roll.
So yeah, I guess Jessup would attempt to relay. I got nothing. They're so old. I know nothing.
This old.
They are too old. So I guess can Jessup attempt to use a standard action to communicate with the normal dude and Terran? I guess a really absolutely terribly horrible diplomacy check.
Sure, you can try. That makes me think, would it be harder for a modern person to understand Old English or an Old English person to understand modern English?
Well, I guess the dice decide that sort of thing. Or the DM.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going to attempt to diplomatize, and the only thing I heard was subject, so I'm just going to assume that they're going to treat us like the hobgoblins and just say, no, we are allies with the patches. We are here to figure out what's going on to get rid of those even dastardly hobgoblins. Those other things.
All right.
Ew, that's a 29. Let's just say it didn't do anything.
29. Ooh, a nice 4 on the die to just start us off.
That's good. I was actually going to consider doing haste, but I figured that this was the way better option. So
Right. So yeah, that'll be so your standard action, you diplomatize with the creature, but you get the sense that it isn't particularly interested in what you're saying. Whether it can understand you exactly or not is another matter.
Oh, I would have spoken in Terran too, by the way, but
Yeah, I assume that you were speaking in Terran there.
So Jessup will talk with his standard action. I guess just assume that there was any type of response from him, or even an eyebrow raise if giant cricket mantises have eyebrows. So he will also relate to the group, I know nothing, and I don't think that they are wants to talk. Inspire courage!
I was going to say, I would argue that it would probably be easier for a modern person to understand Old English than an Old English person to understand a modern.
Yeah, I'd be inclined to agree. Because like when you think about it, Old English is like our modern stuff is derived from it in
That's
some
what I'm saying.
way.
Yeah.
But for them, there'd be no connections to make. So
Right.
I think I'd be inclined to agree.
Good, Justin. Now Jason will be like, oh, your diplomacy worked. Now roll me a linguistics check to show how well you
To
talk.
see whether or not it understands what you actually said.
Loser! So yeah, just going to, it doesn't really matter. I'm assuming this is difficult terrain with all the rubble.
Yeah, the squares that have like big rock rubble things on there, that would be difficult terrain. Not impassable, but just difficult terrain.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm not going to move, so I'm just going to move action, just use to inspire, and that's it. So that's my whole turn.
Okay. All right. So that is Jessup's turn. Moving on to the crimson creature, the immortal Ichor, or Ichor, as it's called. It is going to cast a spell. So a thin mist begins to appear all around you. It's a faint yellow mist appearing in a 20-foot radius around all of you, encompassing this whole hallway in the first section of the room here. So this fog envelops all of you, and I need everybody to roll me a will save. Jessup, you have spell resistance, yes?
Yes. Actually, I think that... I don't know if that went up with my level, but yeah, you can roll it.
Okay. So this is a d20 plus his caster level. Natural 1, so that's only an 18 against spell resistance.
Oh, it did not work. Actually, my spell resistance is 22 because I leveled.
All right. So you are actually resistant to this effect because it does allow spell resistance.
Oh.
The other 3 will have to do their saves, though. So will saves from the 3 of you.
+2 if it's a spell or spell-like ability.
This is a spell, yes.
So 22.
24.
24 from Kieran, 22 from Oran. This spell appears to not affect Kieran or Oran at all. I would say that this is it's not a low-level spell, but it's a common enough spell that you guys would be able to know what it is if you had rolled for it. So I'm just going to tell you what it is. It's a mind fog spell. It would essentially, anybody in the area would take a -10 penalty on wisdom checks and will saves, which would have been really nice. But if you successfully save against the fog, you're not affected and you don't need to continue making saves while you're still in the area. But if you do fail, the penalty lasts for as long as you're in the fog plus 2d6 rounds thereafter. And the fog lasts for 30 minutes. It just stays where it's at for 30 minutes. So it's a pretty crazy debuff spell, but it is a save or suck. So I don't know what Josh or Gideon are doing over there. I'm just going to get in and roll it for him at this point.
Can we see through the fog?
It does not say anything in here about it acting like any of the other fog spells. Okay. Oh yeah, it says at the very bottom, this fog is thin and does not significantly hamper vision. So you're not actually inhibited in any way by that. Oh, would you look at that? Gideon, because I rolled for him.
I could use saving finale, but he's not here, so continue.
Gideon rolled an 18. So that is actually enough to fail.
Is it a compulsion or charm effect?
It is a compulsion mind affecting effect, yes.
So he gets a +2 to that then.
So yeah, +2 against charm and compulsion effects, which would make it a 20, as long as it doesn't look like he has any buffs on his character sheet, so he's not getting a sacred bonus to his will save at all, so he should be fine.
Oh, and did you click, I guess it wouldn't matter. Inspire Courage doesn't affect that. But.
Yeah, Inspire Courage shouldn't affect this at all, so I didn't bother with that.
It should totally add to saves. It would not be OP.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Jesus, like that's a hard no.
That's going to be a no.
Yeah, so he just barely also manages to save. So the spell doesn't really affect any of you. The Ichor is going to move behind Ziguch, and that'll be its turn, bringing us to Kieran.
So do I know with this mind fog, if we stay in here, do we have to re-roll? Or is it like you roll once, you save, and you're good?
No, if you manage to, it's a save or suck. So if you succeed, you're fine. It says right there, if you save against it, you don't need to make further saves, even if you remain in the fog. So you're fine. It might as well not be there at this point, really.
And then if he were to cast it again, does that count as a new save, or is it because it's coming from the same source?
Oh, if he cast it again, it would be different, yeah.
Okay. And then with that, do I know if Life Bubble would prevent mind fog?
Oh, goodness.
I've seen most people I've seen say that it would, but...
Without doing too much research into it, it seems like it would, because it would stop stuff like Cloud Kill and Stinking Cloud. And just from the flavor of it being called Mind Fog, I feel like it's probably might as well be the same sort of deal, so I'd say so.
Okay, so then with that, just to be careful. Oh, well, that's not going to work because I have to touch people.
Why wouldn't it work?
Well, because I don't think I can touch all of us.
If you take a 5-foot step, you're within reach of everybody.
So I can touch everybody in 6 seconds. Okay.
Yeah, so the way that it works, I believe there's a certain number of people that you can touch in a casting a spell.
It's up to 1 per level. Oh, you're talking about like to touch people in a spell. Okay.
Yeah, because
some imply that you can link hands and it works though too. This I gotta admit, this is pretty niche. This is a very weird rule to remember.
Use a touch spell on up to 6 friends as a full round action.
Okay, so then I will 5-foot step full round cast life bubble on all 4 of us.
Yeah, I think so.
So basically now we can't be affected by harmful gases or vapors. So like stinking cloud, cloud kill. We also don't suffer from the extremes of pressure or temperature. Not that that matters, but if he casts more fog stuff or another mind fog, it shouldn't affect us. And that will be my full turn.
Okay. You hear the crimson creature from inside click its tongue as you cast a spell.
Not today, Satan.
No, get behind me, Satan.
So that'll bring us to Ziguch's turn. He is going to use his Crystal Burst ability as a range of 120 feet, 30-foot radius. Dang, that's a radius.
He's still alive? I thought he was just like a husk.
No, he's still alive, yeah. So he was standing there like a statue, but you see that he moves now.
Oh.
And he will use his ability, as I just said. 30-foot radius is pretty bonkers.
Holy cow.
That's a big radius. So he'll just center that on the same spot, basically, covering everybody. So this time around, you see that there's an explosion of razor-sharp crystals at the ground and the walls and everything around you. Every earthen surface, which is basically the entire place, bursts out with these crystals, these razor-sharp crystals. And I need all of you to give me a reflex save as I roll damage.
But I'm flying. You can't harm me. I'm in the air.
This is not land-based.
13, 19. I got a 19.
Is it a spell or spell-like ability?
This is a supernatural ability.
Oh, nuts.
It's always supernatural.
I didn't roll my best.
I don't think any of you rolled your best.
No.
We have a 20 natural 2 from Jessup. We have a 13 natural 4 from Oran. We have a 19 natural 9 from Kieran. And then we have a 12 natural 2 from Gideon. Where the heck were those 1 spell ago?
No.
I really wanted that minus 10 will save to come into play. And you guys would have almost all failed if you had rolled these just once. One thing ago. So that
would have been so
dumb.
bad because my will would have effectively been a 3.
Yeah, that would have been amazing. It would have been great. I would have loved it. Well, I guess sadly instead, you will simply all take 44 points of piercing damage.
That don't feel good.
The crystals have to roll against my images.
I don't think they do.
I think they do.
If I wanted to
They
be a
do.
jerk, I'd say there'd be so many of them that all your images are gone, but I wouldn't.
Nope,
do that.
that's not how it works. It's 1 or none.
Well, that
So-
didn't feel pleasant.
No, I don't think it did. So all those crystals burst out and slash at all of you. None of you are really able to get out of the way in time. And then Ziguch is just going to move to be here, so he can get a good line of sight on all of you.
Coward.
That's his turn. Brings us to Oran.
I'm going to channel.
Nice. 29 to everybody. Makes up for a bulk of that damage.
And then I will take a move action. I think I can get right up to him, though.
The sand would be difficult terrain, so you'd have to factor that in.
Which part's sand? This part?
Yeah, the sandbox in the middle of the room.
All right, so let's assume I go maybe this way, and then I go up.
Dude's got a Zen garden.
Over. He does have a Zen garden.
I think you can get as far as here. If you do diagonals, you can get one step further, I believe.
Okay. Then I'll go one step further, and then we'll call it.
All right.
That's good.
After that, we have bottom of the round, Gideon.
Let's go ahead. We'll cast Shared Wrath on the... What kind of creatures would you say these are if you were to like designate a creature type?
Oh, do you need a creature type? You have no
For
idea
the
what these creature
purposes of
types are.
Hunter's Blessing, what would you call these things?
If you were to like just pick one, like
Old ones.
old
Also,
ones is
for your knowledge, Oran is more than 30 feet away from Jessup, so you'd have to exclude one of the two.
Wow, you guys are really just doing great.
You can exclude me.
No, it's okay.
Fine. He's the finisher. He needs the damage.
Do you need a creature type?
For Hunter's Blessing,
Oh, Hunter's Blessing. Yeah, okay, okay.
but I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go ahead and self buff some. We'll do Iron Skin, call forth an invocation of destruction, and 5-foot step.
All right. Brings us to the top of round 2. We are back to Jessup.
Oh, you know what time it is, boys.
Haste.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
We love you for it.
I know. I think that's about it. So Jessup will move up, draw his bow as he moves, cast haste. I guess that's it. Are these, Jason, are those squares with the blue statues in them, are those occupied?
They're not occupied, but the statue would preclude being able to move into it. They're not
I
occupied
can't
in the
stand
sense
on
of they don't threaten or anything.
Right, yeah.
I'd allow you to move through them, but you just can't end your turn on one.
That's fair. Okay. Yeah, so I think that'd be my, well, actually, can I move here? It doesn't change the spell or anything.
Yeah, you got plenty of movement, I think.
Yeah, I just wanted to do a little bit to get out of the way for line attacks or some nonsense.
Sure.
Go face to face the old god. Nothing clearly is going to happen to me. All right, I'm done.
All right. Brings us to the creature, who is going to, as a swift action, he's going to cast a quickened spell on... Oh, goodness, he doesn't know who to go. I'll just roll a d4 going left to right. So I rolled a 1, so the furthest left is Oran. So that makes sense, because he's the furthest, he's the closest to combat. So Oran, I need you, this is a spell. Actually, I guess it's a spell-like ability, same thing though. I do need you to roll me a will save.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
How's that make you feel, bud?
Is that
That'll
with
be
your
a
plus
39.
Yeah.
That'll be a 39.
So you're able to resist the swift action quicken charm person.
Oh, he just wants to be friends.
And so instead he is going to, with his standard action, he is going to cast another spell. So this is a 6 of them. Oh, that's at 18th level, so it's 5 of them.
Magic missile.
And I believe these creatures take up a 10-foot space.
Oh, Lord. What are you summoning?
So as this crimson creature casts its hand out, spewing forth from its hand are several swarms of wasps. And I will, I'll just draw circles for them because I don't think I have, I might have the tokens for the wasp swarm from book 1.
Oh no,
but,
Kieran! They probably have poison. Run!
your weakness.
These guys who almost killed you guys early on.
That was the one that was in that weird face husk thing we fought in Riston, right?
Oh, there were
That
those
crystal?
two.
Yeah,
There
I don't
were
think we
those two.
ever fought him though.
You guys, before you were here, the party fought these guys at level 2, and
We
it
almost died.
Dude, swarms suck at low level.
Oh, it was not great.
We had nothing to hit them with.
Yeah, he had to fudge giving us a wand of burning hands.
Oh, I think I remember, Sarah, you kind of tell me about that.
So he is able to summon swarms such that all 4 of you are in the area of a swarm. So swarm means you'll take automatic damage from this because swarms don't do attack rolls.
And he can do that as a standard action?
Yeah, because it's this spell, Insect Plague.
Okay.
Plus, I think spell-like abilities are always standard actions.
Yeah, but you're able to do that, right? Like you're not breaking the rules, right? Like you're allowed to. That seems kind of crazy.
I believe spell-like abilities are.
Because insect plague is 1 round casting. Just saying.
Spell-like abilities has a casting time of 1 standard action. Ooh, it does say unless noted otherwise in the ability or spell description.
Nice one, Sarah.
So he'll just begin casting the spell then. I'll leave those there for the time being. But you guys do see.
Plan accordingly.
You guys would be able to identify what spell is being cast. I'll say that some wasps begin coming out of his hand, but they haven't yet formed swarms.
I mean, you could still do it. You could just cast that quickened and then cast the other spell normal.
He can't do that, no.
No?
He doesn't have quicken spell.
Oh, was that charm was
he
just
has quicken spell-like ability, which is tied to a specific spell-like ability.
Oh, just a specific, okay.
Yeah, it's not the metamagic feat that he's applying. It's that ability was quickened.
Man, imagine if I had failed that will check. That'd be awful.
Well, that's why I wanted you guys to get a -10. So yeah, you see that he begins casting some spell and there's wasps beginning to form around him, but that is it for now. Moving on to Kieran.
Okay, so I'm conflicted because I feel like we shouldn't super hurt this guy, but I don't know, man.
I mean, I was going to go pretty heavy on the guy.
Were ya?
I was.
Okay. I am going to not, and I'm going to instead cast Chain Lightning on the guy. Actually, I'm gonna move.
Hit the other guy?
No, I wouldn't do that, but I'm gonna first.
Does Chain Lightning do more damage than Lightning Bolt?
That's what I'm trying to see. Because Chain Lightning can go up to 20d6. I think Lightning Bolt caps at 10d6.
It might cap at 10, yeah.
Yeah, so it's not like that much of a difference because I'm only 13d6. But I think instead I'll go with my spell-like ability, my Dragon Breath. I'm going to get into a line formation and I'll just spew my breath weapon at him.
That's a spell-like ability or a supernatural ability?
It's a supernatural. It's under spell-like in my character sheet, so I always say the wrong word. But
okay.
So it's a 60-foot line with a reflex save.
Just double checking. Supernatural abilities are magical but not spell-like. They are not subject to spell resistance. Okay, so you're good on that regard.
Okay, the bane of my existence.
Yeah, so this is what then now? You're doing
a reflex
electricity
save,
damage, reflex save?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, so you spew forth electricity at your target and it doesn't even attempt to dodge, but the electricity seems to do nothing against it.
Oh, that was a good one, too. 62. That would have been 62 electricity damage.
Yeah, it seems like the electricity is just completely fizzled by his form for some reason.
All right, well, Kieran's going to Dimension Door out of here next round. Good luck, guys.
All right, that brings us to Ziguch again. He's going to, for now, step back 1 and cast... Is this a touch spell? Nope, it is a medium range spell. So he's going to cast a spell on... Oh, who do we want to do? I'll roll a d4 again. 1 Oran, 2 Kieran, and then left to right. 3, that would be Jessup.
No,
Jessup.
No, my left.
Jessup, I need a fortitude save from you.
That's not good.
And I will laugh so hard.
Wait, does it need spell resistance?
That's true, it does.
Ha! Hopefully you fail again.
I will roll this in the chat. Let's see what we get. Let me make sure.
21 or less. 20 or less.
26.
Okay.
I'll laugh so hard.
I won't. Ooh, I'm gonna save him finale myself.
Oh boy.
Nope.
13.
Nope. It can't get worse than that, can it?
It's gonna be worse.
How could it be much worse? That was a 3 on the die. Oh, you serious? It was a 3 again. Oh,
that's the best. I'm so sad and happy at the same time. That's crazy. How does that even happen?
Why would you be happy? That's mean.
Right? What about that makes you happy?
Oh boy.
Because I love statistical anomalies. I'm sorry.
So,
Not the time.
I'll tell you.
Not the time.
I'll tell you. I find this funny. You 100% won't, but the irony is there, and it's great because
Am I stone again?
you feel your limbs begin
Oh, that's fantastic. The irony.
Joke's on you. The wasp won't get me now.
So you
Don't you have
feel.
like a proof against petrification amulet or something?
I don't think so. No.
I feel like somebody
Oh,
does
boy.
have that, but I don't know who. But
Oh, that would be Oran. Oran has it.
Wait,
you feel your limbs stiffen as you do get hit by this flesh to stone spell, and you are petrified.
I 1000% real. Jason quote rolled a 4-sider, so I'm like 3.
I did roll 3. I could have rolled that one in the chat. I suppose that's true, but yeah, that is funny. I didn't think it was going to be as funny until I saw it was a 3, and I saw it was you, and I was like, wait a second, we have a history here.
Wait, I just gotta see. Oh, you
That one would have done it. You'd have been fine.
Son
on
of
that
a
one.
gun.
You
Oh,
would
I
have
guess
been
that's
fine on
bad.
that one.
All right, well, 2 13s. Thanks, level 1 spell.
Yeah. So
Do you have any poison you can hit Kieran with, or just to round this combat out?
Kieran's gonna get 2 wasp swarms now, so.
Well, that's fair.
yeah. So
Well, have fun, guys.
that is Ziguch's turn. Brings us to Oran.
Well, I'm just super disappointed. I guess I'll cast Elemental Body.
Oh, I see how it is. You're preempting the turn to stone.
Pretty much.
I mean, if you saw it, yeah, I'd be terrified.
Yeah. Well, if I wanted to be cheeky, I'd be like, "Can I do Elemental Body? But I want to be a huge air elemental."
I don't think your ability lets you do that.
It shouldn't, because it's a domain spell.
Yeah, I think
but
it's exclusively to Earth.
It doesn't say that, but that's the way that I think it should be. Is exclusive to Earth, because that's
Yeah.
the domain that I have. So
So yeah,
So I go all Earth elementally.
and you're huge, right?
Yes.
Okay. So standard action turn into a huge Earth elemental, and then a 5-foot step up. That'll bring us to Gideon. Gideon, 2 of your friends have turned to stone.
Yes, one I'm a little bit more concerned about than the other. You'll forgive me.
Or just start screaming, "Help!"
Unfortunately, I don't have any, stone to flesh capacity. So, anyways, we'll go ahead and cast Angelic Aspect,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna go zoop, 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 zoop.
All right.
Actually, you know what? Let me re-zoop, zoop.
You know that's difficult, right?
He's
Yellow.
flying, so it doesn't matter anymore.
Oh, that's right. You gain wings with your aspect.
Yeah, can I
Fancy boy.
do like a funny little fly into that space without provoking kind of angle, and just kind of go like up so that I come in from this diagonal corner and just.
Can you make those fly checks? 'Cause you're turning at quite an angle there.
Yeah, sure. What do you think the DC is? No, I can't. All right, then we'll just go there. We'll 5-foot step on my next turn. It's fine. I just
Okay.
looked to have a -4. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, and that one, we'll say you can get to that one without provoking because you're just going in from the side there. That's fine. Make sure they don't have 10-foot reach. They don't. So that's Gideon's turn.
Yep.
Brings us to the top of round 3. We're going to go to the Immortal Ichor.
Bzzz.
Yes, its spell does complete, which means that it'll plop down a couple swarms here in a slightly different orientation than before, but it'll still get everybody who is capable of getting got. And the wasp swarms will automatically deal their swarm damage. So,
Sir, they're not going to go after this new statue
Nah.
over here.
Nah.
Okay.
So the 3 of you will take 11 points of damage. That's just, there's no attack roll for a swarm. It just happens.
Is there DR for a swarm?
I believe this would apply to DR, yes.
Okay. So -5, 6 damage. Okay.
All right. And I need everybody to roll me a fortitude save against the poison.
Do I? I'm pretty sure I'm immune to poison now, aren't I?
I believe elementals are, yeah.
Fairly positive. Let me
I
look.
rolled a 24.
Yes. Immune to bleed, paralysis, poison, and sleep effects.
Yeah. So Kieran gave a 24, Gideon with a 25. That will beat the DC, so you're not poisoned. You're all good there. So that is it for that spell, but that was a 1-round action, so he still gets his turn. That just goes off at this round. He'll 5-foot step. Well, he doesn't want to go back.
Yeah, go ahead and get in that corner there, bud.
He needs to do his thing. He's going to step here, and he is going to attack Gideon with a slam. That'll be a 39 to hit.
No, that does not hit.
All
I'm
right.
surprised. You must have rolled really bad.
I rolled really well, actually.
He doesn't have a body.
He's a caster.
He doesn't have a. I was gonna say he doesn't have a body.
I don't know. I have resigned myself that I'll take damage. That's just what happens at this level. Yeah. I forgot that sometimes AC helps, baby.
Now the other one, on the other hand, does have a body.
Yeah.
That might hurt.
The crimson creature goes to slash at you, and you see that his little crimson, what are these called? Scythe claw things. It just collapses as it hits you. It's almost like an ooze.
Yeah, I love the image of it catching his shield or a sharp piece of his armor, and it just kind of coalesces around it and it doesn't really do anything and then reforms when it bounces off.
Yep. That brings us to Kieran.
Okay. Do I have to roll anything for distraction?
Yeah, so you would have to roll I believe a will save for distraction. Oh, it's a fortitude save.
Okay.
It's a fortitude save.
A natural 20.
Nice.
That'll do.
So I'm going to quicken cast a bull's strength on myself.
All right.
Because if we're going to lose Inspire Courage, I'm going to...
You still have it for now because it'll linger.
One more round after this one.
That's the only way I'm viable is with Jessup, so we'll do what we can.
I feel the exact same way. I without Inspired Courage, my build is really embarrassingly bad.
I'm gonna fly to be here, and then I'll make an attack at the Icker. Unless with him being up higher, I don't know. I guess I can be flying parallel to him. That makes sense.
You're good. Yeah.
Okay. So with my glaive, a 30.
A 30 will miss the Icker. His body kind of splits as you go by, and you don't hit anything.
Okay, that's it for me.
All right, that brings us to Ziguch. So, what is Ziguch going to do? Oh, I know what he's going to do. I really hope this works. This would be oh man. He's going to 5-foot step back here, and he is going to cast an ability. So this is a spell-like ability, so I think he has to do it defensively. I think spell-like abilities you still have to cast defensively. 15 plus double the spell level. All right. That is a 35. So 15 plus double the spell level passes as he casts an ability called Command Stone. Oran, I need a will save.
Oh no, that doesn't...
Let me read this off.
Yeah.
This ability functions as Dominate Monster, equivalent to a 9th level spell, but only on creatures with the Earth subtype or constructs made of stone. Guess who is now the Earth subtype?
You played yourself. The no you came in too strong.
It is a spell-like ability, and I assume, well, I was gonna question whether the dwarven resistance against spells would still apply when you're polymorphed into a different creature, but a 32
My blood's
would
the same.
Yeah. Even a 32 would be enough to. Oh wow, that's actually closer than I thought. But it is enough to resist the effect.
That's not great news.
You feel his command to attack Gideon, and you are able to resist it. And that is Ziguch's turn, which brings us to you, Oran.
Okay.
I read that ability, and I knew you were going to turn into an earth elemental, and I was like, oh boy.
I got him now.
Oh boy.
I guess we'll just try and hit Ziguch a little bit.
Okay.
There's the first attack. Ugh. And, oh my gosh.
Oh boy. The 26 and the natural 1 will both miss. Ziguch, with your natural 1, basically his 4 limbs just kind of wrap around your arm, and he begins clattering and clicking at you. But he basically just catches your punch. And that's your turn.
That'll be my turn.
That'll bring us to Gideon then.
He went against this guy.
Yeah, Oran is currently going up against Ziguch. And Kieran is going up against the Icker.
Yeah, we're splitting damage here, and I'm trying to
Well,
think.
you haven't done any damage, so you're not splitting anything.
All right, we're going to go ahead and swift action heal up for 13.
Oh wait, do I get a hasted attack as a elemental?
Yeah.
Yeah, haste is still going.
Well, doesn't really matter.
Yeah, 25 will also miss.
Okay, but this thing did try to, like, does this thing have a corporeal form? Is it an ooze? You can
It looks
hit
like it is a
presumably.
physical creature. It just is amorphous.
All right, so presumably you could hit it.
Yeah, you think you can hit it. It's not incorporeal. It's just amorphous. So like precision damage isn't really going to work or anything like that, but it's a physical creature that is there physically.
I don't think the math works out in my favor, but I'm going to do this anyway for the chance to push him down. If I do get a shield bash into this corner, would he fall?
For the being hit against a wall thing,
yeah.
I'd count that as a wall.
Okay. So I'm gonna go for that then this time. So we've got just say the shield bash happens first.
Okay.
So just from the way it clicks,
Sure.
you'll have to find it. But there's all those. There's the hasted attack. Shield bash doesn't hit, so it doesn't matter. I think I might have gotten one attack through with the hasted.
Yeah, so 25, 28, 18, 18, 35. The 35 will hit.
Okay, well, damage is damage.
16. You strike this creature, and you think you barely did any damage at all.
DR 15, you're telling me? Is that what you're trying to not say but say? Oh,
I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm just,
because if it was 10, you'd be like, well, not as much as you had hoped. But some got through. With barely any, that makes me think one damage got through.
It doesn't look like it was much.
Can I 5-foot step into the square right to my left?
Sure.
I'm gonna get out of that swarm, and they're gonna follow me, but oh well.
Oh boy.
All right.
Oh boy is right.
That brings us to the top of round 4, and it is the Icar's turn. The Icar realized it didn't really have a
What about the swarms last round?
It is now the turn where the swarms would happen. It would be on the Icar's turn that they occur.
Yeah.
So now only one of you are standing in them, so that's another 11 damage, which is going to be reduced by DR for you, Oran, and you're immune
I'll
to
take my
poison, so
6.
that's it. For the swarms, at least. So, Icar, what can you do, buddy? The Icar is going to fly over here a little bit. 5, 10, 15, 20 to be over here. That will provoke from all of you.
Not gonna hit him, but sure.
Do I still take the 2 open fighting penalty? Is it like a power attack?
Yes, it is the full round. Yeah.
Does a 31 hit?
How about a
Oh,
33?
no, sorry, that actually would be a 35.
35 will hit, yes.
Okay.
A 33 will hit. And
2 points of damage.
yeah, so one thing I will say, Gideon, you noticed that at the start of the Icar's turn, it looked like whatever little damage you had done disappeared.
What? And regeneration or fast healing?
But you do a little bit of damage this time as well.
I can't fight this guy. My damage output's not enough without Jessup. Because Inspired Curse goes away after this round too.
I think it's already away because we're on round 4 and it was Jessup's turn at the start of round 4.
24 damage.
All right, some of that does go through, yeah.
Sorry, a 30.
A 30, technically, if we want to be generous, you would be flanking with Gideon in a sense because reach attacks work off of your corner. Am I right in thinking that, or am I just making that up?
If it's in our benefit, you're right in thinking that.
I mean, and technically, yes, because of the ranged rules, because
Yeah,
you
why
can
not?
draw a point from my center to his, and it goes through 2
Yeah, we'll see. Whatever. Yeah,
lines.
I'm cool with it. So 32 will hit.
So I don't know if he takes acid damage or not, but it would be
Nope.
18 damage then.
Okay, so yeah, precious little of that actually went through.
Wow. So what?
He's
15
really choice
DR?
with his words, isn't he? Precious little. Barely any. You know?
Yeah,
So the verbose vernacular you've got there, pal.
I know. So he flies over there and he will cast a spell. Spell ability. So this will be You took an attack of opportunity so he's going to bank on you not having combat reflexes, and he's not going to bother with casting defensively, even though I think it's an auto pass anyways. But he's going to cast a spell, and this time the spell does indeed say standard action as he summons 4 massive swarms of biting, stinging insects. This spell is the Creeping Doom spell. So these swarms appear adjacent to one another. They can be directed to move independently. Treat these as centipede swarms. Let me get that stat block up. So we're going to treat these as centipede swarms, but I'm just going to copy the wasps because, frankly, that's all that really matters here. So those are the 4 squares he'll pick, which are going to get all 4 of you. So like swarms do, you're going to take... Wow, these guys are going to do less damage than the other ones did, even though they have more damage die. 11. They have twice as many die, but they rolled the same damage. 11 points of damage to the 3 of you. And save to resist or poison distraction is equal to the DC of this spell. Okay, so I do need a will save against the poison. Oran, you're immune to poison, so you're fine. Not a will save, it's a fortitude save, sorry.
23 fortitude for me.
23. You are able to resist the poison, Kieran.
31.
Yeah, 31. You're also able to resist the poison. So that is its turn, bringing us to Kieran.
So you want to know a fun fact? There's a lot of risk involved, but there's a 3% chance with the Rod of Wonder that I could cast Stone to Flesh.
Oh, wow, yeah. Oh boy.
The problem is if I made Jessup the target, there are also chances I could cast Fireball or Lightning Bolt or a lot of other things that would be bad for him, so probably shouldn't try that. But that's what I was so intently looking at. I was staring at the chart and I was like, should I? Shouldn't I? Should I? It's really dumb, but we never use the Rod of Wonder. It'd be really funny, but also very unlikely to pass. So, yeah.
3%. I don't know if I would bank on that for this.
I'm curious. I'm gonna roll a D100. 59. All right. So if I had done that, a 59 is grass grows in a 160 square foot area before the rod, or grass existing there grows to 10 times its normal size. Wow. All right. Well. Okay, so I'm going to quicken cast a magic missile at him and see if that does anything.
All right. I'll need a...
like 5 spell resistance checks. So this
Never
will
mind.
have...
He doesn't have spell resistance. I could have sworn I saw spell resistance, but... I think because the other guy has spell resistance, I think when I saw resist cold, I think I just assumed that was because it's in the same spot as spell resistance. So the Ichor doesn't actually have spell resistance.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. All right, so I do that for 16 force damage.
All right. So it looks like I'll have to clarify one thing here. Gideon, what kind of damage does your weapon do? I believe it should be piercing and bludgeoning.
Yeah, it's a mace?
I think it's a Morning Star.
Morning Star. I feel like that is...
Bludgeoning, piercing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Oran, you do just bludgeoning?
Slashing.
Oh, you do slashing?
No.
What?
Bludgeoning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. With my fists, my big stone fists.
I was gonna say,
they're karate chops.
Seemed odd, but natural attacks sometimes work weird, so maybe that's... So I'll clarify something. Gideon, everything with you is same as normal. Oran, actually you did no damage at all to the creature, as it is immune to bludgeoning damage. I just read that.
Would have been cool to know.
Well, yeah, when you hit it, you found out.
My slashing damage was fine, though.
Yeah,
Right.
so your slashing was fine, Gideon's piercing was fine, and your force damage just now seemed to have gone through.
Okay.
But yeah, Oran, you realize that your bludgeoning damage isn't really doing anything to his like liquid form.
Okay. All right. So that I did a quickened spell, which actually I marked off the wrong spell level. So
you
this would
forget
be
something else, Jace?
Yeah, he's also immune to piercing damage. So Gideon, you didn't do anything to him either.
Wow.
Oh my god.
He has a long list of immunities, and I'm reading through them all right now. So, Kieran, you're fine. Slashing damage is fine.
No.
Okay.
That was a frustration with you, Jace. I was just like, what?
Really? This guy? What a boss, I'm telling you.
Yeah,
Bludgeoning damage, piercing damage are out of the question here. Acid's out of the question. Electricity's out of the question. That's all you know.
Well, thank goodness he doesn't have spell resistance.
Yeah, he does not have spell resistance.
I would say with this many immunities and stuff, he can't have that much HP. Like, you've probably just got to do like one big blast to him. Oh, dear God.
He's like, do you consider 300 a lot?
All right, so then I'm going to move to be here.
Okay.
Oh, no, that's not.
But it could be.
So
It might be,
what
but-
I would like to do is I would like to try to position myself to cast a cone of cold and get all 4 of the swarms in the cone. But I don't know if that's going to harm the statue, Jessup. Like a fireball would or a lightning bolt. Like, is it going to destroy the statue?
No.
I'm
I
pretty
don't-
sure stone's immune to cold.
I would say probably not,
Okay.
because I don't think Cone of Cold has the force required to destroy
It's just like
stone.
icicles. Like, it's like shooting like icicles.
No, that's
Kind
one
of.
of Jessup's weaknesses.
What cone size is it though? Anyway.
I think it's 60 feet.
Oh.
Actually, I can.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can
You would. Yeah. Okay. No. You're good. I understand.
Yeah, 60 feet cone.
So that's basically what the cone is.
But can I do it so that I don't hit Oran?
Yeah.
If we're using how this draws it, sure.
Okay. All right. So then that is what I would like to do. And you
Okay.
let slip that this guy has resist cold, so I'm not really expecting to do much
I
damage
did
to
do
him.
that. I did say that, didn't I?
But I wanted to try to see about the swarms at least if I could do some damage
All
to
right.
them.
Yeah, so swarms, I guess they technically have a reflex save. 4 on the die, that's nice. Natural 1, ooh, nice one. Natural 8, sweet. And a natural 6. Okay, so they all fail.
Try rolling above a 10.
I will on his attacks, I'm sure.
Yeah, right.
When I attack you, it'll be natural 20 after natural 20, I'm sure.
So full damage is 46, and I don't know since this is area effect if they take 50% as much.
Yeah, it's
in
swarm
which
stick
case
another-
it would
another
be-
half.
69.
Okay, so they all go away
Nice.
because the swarms have 60 hit points each.
Okay. But I don't know if he has resist cold. Like, is there a chance he still could take some?
Oh, yes, there is. I'll have a reflex save for him. His reflex save is a lot lower than I expected, to be honest. 21, which is
That's
exactly
the
the
DC.
DC. So he takes no damage from this.
Okay. Okay. Good to know. And that's my turn. That's all I can do.
All right.
It's more than
That
what I
brings
can do.
us to Ziguch. So Ziguch, his command stone didn't work. He could do it again, but he's going to try to full attack Gideon. So he's going to 5-foot step up, and he's going to make 4 attacks against Gideon with all 4 of his claws. So first attack is a not great roll, 38. Just going to miss. Next one is slightly better with a 40. After that is a lower. And then we have a 42.
There you go. You got one.
Okay, so he hits you once. So you will take 300 damage. No. So you take 12 points of damage.
Reduced by. Does he have evil alignment on his weapons or natural
Nope.
attacks? Okay. So
Nope.
I take 7.
Okay. And he also, a creature struck by insert creature here, must succeed at a fortitude save. So roll me a fortitude save. 37.
37.
Okay. So you are able to resist the dexterity drain, and your creature type does not change to earth.
Oh, I see. So that's.
I have a plan in the works.
You got all these combos, bro. What deck
Yeah,
you
I
playing?
The meta deck. That brings us from Ziguch to Oran.
Did we determine if I can cast spells while I'm in my elemental form?
Yeah.
I'd never remember. Okay.
Just not ones with material components, right?
Yeah, correct. You wouldn't have your material components, but
Correct.
you can move around your arms and speak and stuff, so. And technically your holy symbol is part of your beard, so we'll just say that it's now like emblazoned on your chest or something.
Well, and technically I have a tattoo of the.
That's what I
symbol.
meant. Oh, yeah, not in your beard, it's a tattoo. I see.
Yeah. It used to be in the beard before I did
It's like the Nike symbol
Paragon.
on people's heads. He's got it as a thorax symbol shaved into the beard.
Yeah.
I want to try doing an awesome blow.
Okay.
I've never done that in my earth elemental form, but I have that as a feat as an earth elemental.
All right.
As a standard action, the creature may perform an awesome blow combat maneuver. If the creature's maneuver succeeds against a corporeal opponent smaller than itself, its opponent takes damage, typically slam damage plus strength bonus, and is knocked flying 10 feet in a direction of the attacking creature's choice and falls prone. The attacking creature can only push the opponent in a straight line, and the opponent can't move closer to the attacking creature than the square it started in. If an obstacle prevents its completion of the opponent's move, the opponent and the obstacle each take 1d6 points of damage, and the opponent is knocked prone in the space adjacent to the obstacle.
Okay. So that'll be a combat maneuver bonus roll, because it is a maneuver.
So my combat maneuver bonus is plus 21. So do I just roll a d20 plus 21?
Yeah, if that's what your bonus is. Yep.
Wow, a 4 on the die. My goodness.
A 25 will not surpass Ziguch.
CMD.
Yeah, you gotta roll better than that, pal. Ooh.
Yeah, I gotta do a little bit better than a 4.
Well, it's better than Jessup's 3s, so I'll give you that.
It's been the last like 3 sessions, man. Just low rolls across the board.
It's been rough.
Yeah.
Okay, that's gonna be
Okay.
my turn. I might 5 foot. Well, no, I'm gonna stay where I'm at.
Okay. Oran, you see that as you stand there next to the sand pit, the sand in the pit is like moving. It's like it's trying to form an image, but you don't really know what that means. Brings us to Gideon.
I really love how Jason times the warnings. Just after it's a bit too late to respond to the information, just a second too, oh hey, by the way, this bad thing's about to happen. Oh, you can't do anything about it. You're right.
It's like, oh, by the way, there's a pool of lava above your head. But moving on.
Yeah, exactly.
Does the CMB benefit from any buffs?
It would, but I don't think you have any buffs applied that would give you enough for it to matter in that instance.
Okay. Wouldn't close the delta enough.
No. Not with a 25. So, Gideon, what's your plan?
We'll 5 foot step to here, if that's allowable.
Since you're flying, I'll allow it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would have said no.
Right, but I'm a flyer. And then we'll just full round attack, I guess.
Okay.
And we're not going to 2-weapon fight because I don't know if I can afford to take that -4.
All right.
So ignore the shield bash. Sorry, I forgot to check it off.
Okay. So we have a 21, 23, 19, 27, 25.
Wow. I'm so sorry,
Unfortunately,
guys.
none of those will hit.
Wow, yeah, I didn't roll. Wow. So that's interesting. It's interesting.
Oh, you got one double digit. You got a 10.
I would say I roll. Yeah, on the Idros. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Better
Well, that's
than a 4.
Gideon's turn. Brings us to the top of round 5 with MVP Jessup moving on to the Iker.
Wow.
See, doesn't that feel worse?
That's just rude. Yeah,
He
that's just
wanted a
rude.
call out. He wanted a call out, so I gave him a call out.
You really are slimy.
Sometimes. So the Iker is going to, well, frankly, he got rid of his swarms. He's going to step up, I guess, and try to hit Oran.
Okay.
So this is
There's
one
no
attack.
need for violence.
Yeah, that's a really bad roll, 26.
Yeah. I mean, that'll hit. My
Okay.
AC's terrible as the Earth Elemental.
Yeah, you lose your armor and stuff.
I lose all my armor and stuff, so it drops by a lot.
All right, if that hits, then you will take. Oh my gosh, I didn't look at the rolls
Stop it.
for what that
You
was.
Stop it. You stop it.
You take 28 points of damage,
It's 23. All right.
and a little fun caveat to that: you take 1 wisdom damage. I'm sorry, wisdom drain. Take 1 wisdom drain, and that's his turn. Bringing to Kieran.
Okay. I might change tactics here. So I know electricity's out, cold's probably not great, so let's try fire. I will quicken cast a scorching ray at him.
Who are we going after here?
Oh, sorry, the Iker.
Okay, the Iker is immune to this, that. Okay, so roll your attacks.
Oh, I gotta roll attacks.
Yeah, these are in fact touch attacks.
I have 3 rays. So first attack is a natural 20.
Oh.
Hey, those can crit. Go ahead and roll confirmation.
I don't think he can be crit.
He cannot be crit because he is amorphous. That is correct.
Yeah. So, but it should still hit at least. A 22 against touch and a 21 against touch.
All right. One of those will hit.
All right. So that's 4d6.
Jason, I don't know if it matters. Would you, Sarah, would you still get Unshakable Zeal for the second failed attack as it's an attack roll?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would. So it would be a 25.
In that case, one of those will hit.
I did a thing! I was like, oh no, I missed. Jessup's in the statue.
No, he's saying I still missed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, crap. Never mind. Disregard.
I said
edit that out.
one of them hit, and then with that bonus, one of them still hits.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I heard what I wanted to hear.
Wow, 21, 4, 5, 6, 6, 21 fire damage.
All right. So
Some of that goes through.
you see that some of the damage that it had taken from the previous round healed up on its turn, and then you hit it with fire, and once again it takes that damage. As far as you can tell, it looks like it pretty much went full on.
Interesting.
Oh,
Mm.
not dismally small amount goes through,
No, it seemed like,
or some other adjective.
Depressingly low.
yeah, it was an
Yeah.
appropriate amount of damage given what he was hit
good.
with.
Good.
All right, I'm going to do it again.
Okay. Quickened?
So 3 more attacks.
Quickened?
So I missed the last one, so this will have a +4.
Yes.
Same roll, 25. So a miss
I'll
against
miss.
this will have a +4. Natural 20.
What
dude.
in the
Wow.
world are you doing?
So, and then a 27.
27 will miss.
All right, so again, one attack. Wow, 16. 4, 4, 6,
16.
2.
Yeah, it looks like that'll go through.
16 fire damage. And I will move 5 foot. Can I fit in this square?
Yeah.
To be, and I think that would make me flanking with Oran, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so that is my turn.
Okay, yeah, dealing some decent damage to him that round because 2 natural 20s. It's pretty crazy there. Brings us from Kieran to Ziguch. He's gonna continue his plan for one more round just to see how it goes. He's gonna full attack Gideon. He'll at least give it another shot here. So first attack, rolling really bad on these attack rolls. Like really bad. Single digits on all of them. Wow. There's a 5, a 6, a 1, and a 2 in that string of numbers that were rolled by that die. So that's his turn, and he'll 5-foot step over here. Bringing us to Oran.
You know, I could have used the flank, Jason. I'm just saying. I could use every little bit of help.
Yeah, you probably could have.
How does cleave work?
I believe the creatures have to be adjacent to each other. Yeah, so you strike 2 adjacent foes.
Well, I'm gonna try to power attack
Okay. Which one you hitting?
the Ziguch.
Okay. All right.
Because I can't hurt the other one if I hit it. It does nothing if I hit it.
Oh, you remembered that, did you?
I'm a little bit around, even if I hit it, doesn't really do much.
A 34 and a 28.
Is he on the ground?
Yeah, he's standing on the ground, yes.
Okay, so a 35 and a 29.
Okay. The 35 will hit. 22. All right. Not all of that seems to go through.
Does some of it go through? Is
Yep.
he immune to bludgeoning? Okay.
He's not immune to bludgeoning. He just resists some of it.
Okie dokie.
All right. So after Oran, that brings us to Gideon.
I got a couple of questions. I assume I saw that the fire damage was particularly effective.
It was reasonably effective. It did what you expected it to do. Yeah. I wouldn't say it was particularly effective.
Problem is, I have a slashing weapon with me, but it does not do. It's 3 less to hit, and I have been struggling so much to hit.
Yes, you have.
So we're gonna gamble and cast a wall of silver
Okay.
across that space there, if you saw it.
So hitting your allies.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're immune to it. It only affects you if you have a Nebo alignment, or if you're weak to silver. That's why I said I'm gambling, because I don't know. They could be awful neutral with delusions of grandeur.
Interesting. Yeah, evil only. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, in that case, Jessup and Gideon, and Kieran are completely fine. It looks like this does not affect Ziguch at all, but the Ichor would have to roll a save for it, I presume, or is there no save?
Nope. So if you create a wall such that it appears where they are, they take damage as it's passing through it. However, each such creature can avoid the wall, ending up on the side of its choice, and thus take no damage by succeeding at a reflex save.
Okay. So I will roll myself a reflex save here. Again, it's his lowest save. 21.
Passes.
Okay.
So you can be here or here.
It will move. I guess it doesn't. Neither side impedes you, so it would want to be on the side that's with you guys, I guess.
I really want to pull out that large anarchaic sword I've got, but I just don't see it happening and being useful. So we will. I think it's. Oh no, it's a standard action to do that. Oh, just bully me then.
You can move.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Okay. That'll bring us to the top of round 6. Skipping over Jessup to the Ichor. The Ichor is going to heal up a little bit and then take a 5-foot step here and 1 attack against Gideon. We're going to miss with a 34. Brings us to Kieran.
Gideon, you can't wield long swords, correct?
Yeah, sure I can.
I don't think you can. Unless you got something special. Because omduras are only proficient with simple weapons. I didn't know if you had something special that allowed you to wield a sword.
He has a 15 gold piece glove that gives him martial weapon expertise.
No, a longsword like Iomede's weapon. I think way back at the beginning, Jace let me use them because of deity connections.
That seems like whack, though, because you're like, I have 6 deities, so I'm proficient with all of their weapons. Seems a bit weird to me, but I mean, if Jason would allow it.
Well, yeah, but that's fine. It doesn't really matter, but
to swap weapons
seems like a weird time to bring up the argument. But.
Yeah.
So I have a spell called Force Sword that if I cast it, I can conjure a +3 long sword.
Oh,
which
gotcha.
does slashing. So I was thinking about giving that to Gideon to use as a slashing weapon, but I don't.
Yeah, I have it on my character sheet because in the past Jason let it work.
Yeah, I'd say if you're able to give it away, then yeah, sure.
I don't know if that would be helpful though, if you would even want it.
Oh yeah, it'd be helpful. Yeah.
Okay, Kieran's going to move. Can I move through Oran's space because he's bigger than me?
Yeah.
Like this?
You can move through your allies' spaces in general.
Yeah, you just can't stop it.
Okay. So then I'll move to be here. I'm going to... All right, let me make sure I got the slots for this. I will quicken cast the Force Sword spell, conjuring a plus... I'm a 13th level, so +3 long sword of force. Okay. And I will give it to Gideon.
Okay.
Okay. So, and you do still have a standard action with which to hand stuff off.
Yeah. And that'll be my turn then.
Okay.
Would I reasonably have to drop Enduring Bloom to take it?
Yeah, you'd have to drop something in order to grab it.
Yeah, we'll drop.
Wow, that's messed up. If the creature has spell resistance and you fail, it's just like, man,
I know,
you don't get that sword.
It's just dispelled.
It's messed up. Like you can't try it on a different creature. It's just nope. It's dispelled.
Spell energy
okay,
is
that's fine.
dissipated.
Well, you get a caster
Right.
level check, so at least you have a chance. But yeah.
All right. So that's Kieran's turn, bringing us to Ziguch. Ziguch is going to 5-foot step back and cast his Command Stone ability. He's not going to do it defensively because that is a really hard roll to make, and I barely made it last time. So he's going to provoke an attack of opportunity from you, Oran.
Okay, I'll try it. Why not?
The power attack penalty still applies.
Oh,
yeah, because it hasn't come back to your turn yet.
Oh.
Yeah, so that'll miss. So he will be able to cast his ability, which means I need a will save from you.
You got it. This is where I roll a nat 1 and I punch Kieran in the face. My will's down by 1 because that stupid wisdom damage.
Nice. 22. That is not enough.
Oh, no. I'm sorry, Kieran.
Oran, you are commanded to attack Kieran.
Can I spellcraft what's happening? Is that a spellcrafty thing?
Yeah, you can make a spellcraft to identify a spell as it's being cast.
Clearly, I've been playing the long game, and this is Oran's chance to kill
So, Kieran, you do identify this as not Dominate Monster, but a spell that has the same effect as Dominate Monster.
Okay. Oh boy.
So you realize that Oran has been dominated.
Okay.
And it is Oran's turn.
Okay. So,
Yep. Go ahead and make your attacks against Kieran.
do I get a will save to try and break
You get a
free
will save at the end of
compulsion?
your... Oh.
Also have to take the attack first?
I don't think you do. If you don't spend at least one round concentrating on the spell each day, the subject receives a new saving throw to throw off the domination.
Nice.
Okay.
So yeah, no, you're just gonna attack Kieran.
So, full attack?
Why me?
Yeah.
Or single attack? Okay, first attack 35, second attack.
Oh my
Where were
gosh.
these rolls? Where were these rolls when I was attacking him?
The luck is
Because that's an 18 and a 19, and I haven't rolled double digits the entire night. But the second I turned to Kieran, it's like, oh yeah, almost crit on him. It's fine.
Well, I have I have 3 mirror images. So you have to
Yes,
roll a
so-
d4.
yeah, roll a
And a D3.
d4.
Okay.
So you rolled a d4, which got rid of an image. It would have been a d3 after that because there'd be one of the images would be gone
Oh.
rather than.
But
a
he
second D4.
still rolled a 1, so I would argue he hit me.
Well, he rolled a d3 just now and it was a 2, so I'd say it's just another image. He didn't know to do a different die.
You're being too nice.
I am because it's not really going in your favor here.
Yeah, we're not exactly storming the trenches here.
I think this is going swimmingly.
It's all
Yeah.
it's gone sideways on us pretty
It went
hard.
sideways for me on turn 2.
And you know what's hilarious? My next turn, I was dismissing my elemental body. Like on my turn that was coming up after Ziguch, my move was going to be to dismiss my elemental body.
I was sad because my next turn after haste, I was going to cast Shadow Bard with Inspire Courage, so that even if this would have happened, you guys still would have gotten it.
Oh, you'd have still
But-
had
Oh
it.
man.
Didn't work because I tried to stupid diplomatize in the beginning, like a dumb good Pathfinder player would eat.
After Oran, it is Gideon, who has a weapon now.
I do have a weapon, and there's lots of temptations of doing lots of things, but we're not. We're just going to go there. We're going to 5-foot step, 5-foot fly, and full round attack this guy. Made a
All right.
rhyme. It's fun.
Okay. So we have a 34, 27, 20, 28. One of those will hit this creature, dealing 10 points of slashing damage. And this is force damage?
Yeah. It should be force damage.
Which will bypass his DR 15.
Yeah.
And he is not immune to force, and he does not have spell resistance, so he'll just take 10 damage.
Yeah.
Man, if only there was like somebody in our party who consistently can do force damage.
Yeah. I don't know if there was like this
creatures.
ability where like every time you hit, you were able to add like just a little bit. I mean, even a D6 would be enough, I think,
But
to
it's
make
not
a
force
difference.
damage.
Yeah, it's sonic damage.
Oh, is it not?
Sonic.
Oh, it's Sonic.
Creature's also not immune to sonic, but yeah.
Yeah, it's still pretty powerful.
Yeah, so it would have helped. Yeah.
I'm telling you, you guys don't realize. Jessup is literally...
The linchpin of our
You guys
party.
can't seem to do anything without him.
Everyone says, "Oh, you don't realize. Oh, you don't know." No. I'm painfully aware.
We know.
Yeah, I've known
know.
since I made Gideon.
Oh, well, now you're certainly painfully aware, that's for sure. Literally.
Yeah.
So that's Gideon's turn. Does a little bit of damage there, not bad. Brings us to the top of round 7. We're back to Jessup. Moving on to the Ichor. Ichor didn't like getting hit, but it will regenerate a little bit of HP here. And it realizes it can't really hit you. But it also realizes that the Earth Elemental is not an enemy anymore. So it's going to step over here and try to hit Kieran and see if it has any more luck there. That should be more luck with a 39.
Yes, that does hit.
All right, so this is a D2.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll hit you.
Okay.
He'll hit you for sure. dealing 37 points of damage
Okay.
and 1 wisdom drain.
Good thing I don't care about wisdom.
And that's his turn, which brings us to you.
Okay. I'm going to provoke to move back here.
Oh,
So I'll provoke
that'll provoke from both of them.
Yep.
No.
So from the
And
creature,
actually, might as well. I'm just going to try. I can't win, but acrobatics 13. Okay. Yeah. Didn't matter.
oh yeah, no, that's not going. So from the creature
Actually-
that is, oh okay,
I am going to also, I'm going to fly up so that I'm out of melee range as I back up.
Yeah, there you go.
so the creature is going to be a 31 to hit.
That misses, but it gives her my image.
Okay, which brings us to Oran.
Seriously?
Oran, you are on fire.
I'm meant to die. Roll to confirm.
Natural
There's no-
18, natural 19, natural 20.
Does not confirm with a 26 though.
Okay.
So it's
Oh,
just a
thank
hit.
goodness.
Man, Oran, you are just killing it tonight.
I think your Malthuni Prejudice is coming out right now.
Right. I've
Yeah.
been waiting for this moment.
He has Bane Human
22.
22. Okay.
Yikes.
Oh, do I have to roll for an image?
No, I'm gone. They're gone.
Oh,
The creature
They're all
got rid
gone.
of the last one, yeah.
oh, okay.
Okay, so now I'm out of melee range currently. So what I would like to do,
You're still in range of Oran, but he used his attack of opportunity, so.
am I?
Yeah, he's got like 15-foot reach.
Is it the, like, if I go back further, can I get out and, like, up in the ceiling? Isn't it really high in here?
Yeah, if you go over there.
If
then
it's
you're
high
fine,
enough
yeah.
for statues, yeah.
Okay.
You couldn't go high enough to be out of his reach, though, because you're like 30 feet for him and then another 15 feet, and it's not that high.
Oh, this is where it's going to come back to bite us because remember we had that argument about how tall is Oran when he's an earth elemental and we argued that he was
Yeah.
super tall.
Yeah.
Yep. This is where it comes back to bite us.
That's your own fault.
Yep.
I would like to try to dispel Oren's elemental body.
Elemental body.
Elemental body.
Okay.
So I'm going to targeted spell a 24. It's not going to do it. It's an 11 plus your caster level. Which
An
is
11
just
plus
as
my
bad.
caster level? That's a 27 then.
Yeah, so it didn't work.
Yep.
Close.
Good thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a great thought.
I got tons of those slots, so I can just keep doing it. I got 7
Just keep doing it.
chances.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just sit up there and dispel me.
As long as Gideon doesn't die.
Yep.
Hey, I get another will save if you tell me to attack him.
That's true. Ziguch's turn now. He is going to... What is his movement? Okay, so he can get just barely to there through difficult terrain. He's got decent enough movement for that. So he can't full attack. He'll just take one attack against you, Gideon. I don't think that'll do it. 37, no.
No.
Brings us to Oran. Oran, you will continue to move to be within reach of Kieran.
No.
I will not take my attack of opportunity.
I don't think you
No.
get one.
Sure I do.
Do you have reach?
don't-
No, he moved through one of mine, did he not?
He moved into one of yours.
I was just into. I thought he moved through.
No, he's only adjacent to you. That he couldn't have moved through one of yours.
Where was he when he started his movement?
Or where was
Does,
he here?
does it matter?
Here?
Are you determining whether you want to take
No.
it?
no. It's fine. We can do it, but
He can move over there without moving through a square. Like he's just moving into your reach. He's not moving through your reach.
Jace, where was he? I changed my mind. I do want to do an attack opportunity. All right, so one attack on old Happy Bones up there, or 2 attacks because I moved.
You had to. I can't remember if you had to full move or just a 5-step. We'll just say you've moved, so one attack.
Okay. 22.
That misses.
Yay! Finally, back to my old rolls.
All right, that's Oran's turn. Brings us to Gideon. Gideon, you've got some dudes around you.
Oh, actually, don't let me forget this. Because you are in the air, I take a -4 penalty on attack and damage rolls.
Oh wow.
To you.
Boom.
Because you're in the air. Yeah. So both of you, if you're in the air, you're not touching the ground, I take a -4.
Good to know.
we still have haste, yeah?
Yeah.
We'll keep full round attacking this thing.
Which thing is this thing? The Ichor? Okay. Oh my.
Oh my.
Oh boy.
Okay. 28 will miss. 20 will miss. Natural 20 will hit, even though it would not normally hit because of how the numbers work out. He's immune to crits, though, so we don't even care that the other one wouldn't have hit anyways. And a 35 will hit. So you actually hit twice this round,
Yes.
dealing 23 damage.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You carve through some of the ooze in front of you. That is your turn. Do you want a 5-foot step, or are you good?
No, I'm good. I'm good
Okay.
where I am. I'm gonna go ahead and use up a heal though. Divine touch for 17. Awesome.
All right. Brings us to top of the round, 8. We got Jessup, and then we'll move on to the Icker. Honestly, the Icker's not got a whole lot he can do. He could do more swarms, but they haven't really been super effective. So he's just going to keep attacking and hoping for the eventual natural 20 here or something like that. It's a good roll, but I don't think it's going to hit still, because it's a 38, which I think he's going to do it. So that'll be his turn. Brings us to Kieran.
All right, Kieran is going to fly, provoke again, but fly all the way over here.
Okay, provoking just from Oran this time.
Yes.
So Oran, you can make your attack -4, yeah.
I'm just going to go ahead and put it in. Ugh.
31
gosh.
does not hit, actually.
Oh, excellent. Good.
My AC's 33.
Good.
But goodness gracious, if you don't have really good rolls tonight.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
I
When I'm
know.
not in control of what I hit. Yeah, sure.
18, 19, 20, 18.
And then just for some more defense, I'm going to quicken cast a mirror image. Just burning through
Nice.
these high level spells. So 1d4
You
plus
know it.
4. Max images, I get 8. Which
Nice.
is the max you can have. So that's helpful.
We do like that though.
Okay.
Sweet.
So there's that. And this time, can I roll to see if this guy is being controlled? Like, do I know
Sure.
if he's being controlled? Is that like a knowledge arcana?
It would be, so I would allow a knowledge arcana to see if there is any active sort of spell effect on him, or
Okay.
a sense motive to, it's kind of weird when you think about sense motive, because like you don't know how he normally acts, but I'd say that there's enough contextual evidence that you could make a sense motive as well, one
Yeah.
or the other.
I mean, one is a 20 and one's a 0. So I'll go with the 20. If
The
you'll
0
allow me.
sounds good to me.
No. 32 knowledge
32.
arcana.
Okay, so you can pick up a number of different spell effects that have gone on here, and honestly, it's not hard to put together the fact that this thing is throwing out mind fog. It tried to quicken charm person. It's doing wisdom drain on its attacks. You feel fairly confident that the effect is either a charm or a dominate of some sort on this creature, and the contextual evidence kind of backs that up. You know that the Petches said that he wasn't quite acting right. It just makes sense to you for that to be the case.
Also, if you have spell knowledge on the silver, you would know that it didn't affect this guy.
Yeah, you'd also know that he's clearly not evil aligned, yeah.
Okay. All right. I am going to try to dispel his dominate effect.
Ooh, there you go. Maybe dispel his and he'll dispel mine.
Okay.
I don't know if it's. I don't know what the Icarus caster level is compared to yours. It's still going to be hard because I have a stunted caster level. So.
Say 35 caster level.
Seems right.
Nope. Not going to do it. 25 probably.
25 is, it's close, but it's not quite enough.
Okay.
Watch, he probably has
Alright.
the same as mine.
And then Kieran just does quicken dispel magic.
I don't have 7th level spells. I can't.
I like your headspace though. It's real good.
yeah,
Well,
that was
I've got
smart.
5 more chances, so just 5 more rounds.
Yeah, I will say if that goes through, that could drastically change how certain things in this combat work, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's my turn.
All right, that brings us to Ziguch, who is gonna full attack Gideon with flanking.
Oh, Oran counts?
Yeah,
We just not. Well, okay.
they are both
Wait.
enemies.
Oh, well, okay. Is he? Because you didn't dictate that I attack Gideon. So am I his enemy?
If that's how he wants to roll it, it's fine. I just wasn't prepared for it.
I'm thinking. So I assume your argument would be that since Dominate Person says that it's to the exclusion of all other actions, that would include attacks of opportunity and such.
Yes, that's what I would read.
Yeah.
Except that you could argue that he's commanded him to attack your allies, and that would be a fair ruling.
You
so
can't,
it's not.
though, because he has to be specific in who. It can't just be he attack your allies. It has to be attack this person. Because if he tells Oran to attack a different person, then Oran gets a chance to break free of it. So I would argue you can't have attack your allies. That's too general.
Yeah, I think given the power of the spell, that's why I was specific. I didn't want it to be broken. So I'll say that's fine. He'll 5-foot step. He still won't flank, but that's fine. He'll take his attacks. I think that's going to miss. That's it. I'm not rolling too great. I need some of Oran's rolls here.
No.
Natural 2. That's a miss. And another natural 2. Dang, son.
I'm still up.
I could have drained you down to 0 at this point if I had hit with any of my attacks. So that's his turn, bringing us to Oran, who is going to go on a little bit of a walksy-daisy over to the other side of the room here.
Yep, I can still make it. I only have 20 movement speed, 40 with haste, but yeah, it's still enough.
So you get over there enough to get within reach of Kieran. The sands around you are still trying to form an image, and you just kind of like walk by and dash the image apart, and it's just trying to reform as you leave.
I kick it.
So yeah, you can make one attack then.
A 26, technically a 22.
It does not hit, and it does not dispel an image, so
Okay,
we're good.
Nice.
All right, that brings us to Gideon. There's only 2 enemies around you now.
Yeah, let me tell you, my desire to cast buff spells is so high right now. But I'm the only one who can do damage, so
Do it.
of course you would like that, wouldn't
I mean,
you?
Gideon, if you can tank, I've got 5 rounds of trying to dispel this thing, so like
Yeah, well, that's why I want to maintain aggro on myself.
He just wants to keep the regeneration from happening.
yeah, that's true.
Right, exactly correct also. Though I suppose getting some extra damage would be really nice, but I think my role here is to keep attacking, and that's what we're going to do.
Okay. If that's the foolish decision that you've come to.
Haha, you fool.
What an idiot.
There is a temptation that exists here that we're going to do. So, he's immune to bludgeoning piercing, but in theory I should still be able to push him, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. No, the chances in that are a little too low. I would like to... The idea of pushing him into this sounds like a great idea, but...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. At a plus 16, I don't see it doing nothing. So we're going to go ahead and full round attack like normal.
Okay.
Nice.
Yikes.
Yep, nothing.
21, 25, 9, and 27 will all miss, sadly. Bringing us to Jessup and then the Ichor. The Ichor is going to 5-foot fly here and take 1 attack. Again, he has to roll a natural 20. He does not. So that's his turn. Moving on to Kieran.
Okay, Kieran's going to fly over here.
Out of curiosity, why do you keep flying?
Oh, just because I'm trying to avoid his double attack, just in case he rolls a natural 20.
That makes
on me.
sense.
I wasn't sure because I was like, you could roll defensively and probably not have to worry about casting defensively, and he can move up to hit you every round. But if you're avoiding specifically the double attack, then you're still getting hit twice because attack of opportunity and the normal attack. But so I guess it doesn't matter one way. I just wanted to clarify what was going on.
Yeah, but then I'm afraid of. Can you fail on a? Good heavens, what's the word? Cast defensively. Can you fail on that with a natural 1?
No, if you're high enough to do it, it'll just auto do it.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
as long as maybe it's too high. I don't know what your check would be.
well, so if I'm casting Dispel Magic, it's a DC 21 and my concentration is 21. So
See, it's up to you. It doesn't matter because he's getting 2 attacks either way.
I guess I thought that he was
Maybe he had 3 iteratives or something.
no.
Oh, with haste, that's true. So you're probably better off continuing the way you're doing.
Yeah.
We forgot about haste with his full attacks.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I guess I thought that I would fail on a natural 1. Like I
No,
thought
so-
that failed on this. So
But yeah, you're probably good doing the way that you've been doing it with that in mind.
okay, so you will get an attack of opportunity, Oran.
I choose not to use it.
If only you could.
Oh my goodness. -4 to that, though.
-4 is going to be too low to do anything, I think.
Yeah,
Oh.
28.
That will dispel an image.
Oh, I thought your AC was 35.
No, it's 33.
Oh, okay.
Although, oh no, fighting defensively is a standard action, isn't it?
Yeah, and you have to make an attack roll to do that. So
Well, I am okay, never mind. So I'll fly back over there. I'm going to, let's see, I don't think my 6th level spells are good for anything. So nope. I will quicken cast a Scorching Ray at the Ichor. I don't know if I can even hit at this point, but I'll try. So 3 chances with my ranged touch attack is a 30, 24, and a natural 1.
Okay. And do you have precise shot?
No.
Okay, so those would actually be lower.
True. Oh, I do have Unshakable Zeal, but it's going to be washed out with the firing of the melee.
So that will miss.
All right, here is Dispel number 3. 25.
You are consistent.
Oh,
You're
it's
nothing
so
if not
frustrating.
consistent.
Very
It's
consistent.
so close. It's like just dangling in front of me. So, all right. That's it for me.
All right, brings us to Ziguch, who's going to step up and is going to full attack. And now he is flanking.
Yep, you got it.
And so 4 attacks here. It's going to be a miss still. Natural 20. Natural 20. And a miss.
Was the natural 20 on the confirmation?
No, I was just rolling all the attacks. I'd love for it to be on the confirmation, though. So 2 potential crits. To confirm on the first one is a 44.
Okay, and now we need you to roll a d100.
I'm gonna roll to confirm on the second one real quick, just since I have that die in my hand. That one's not gonna do it. So 1 normal hit, 1 tentative crit with a d100 thrown in here. I'll do that one in the chat. 22, so that's gonna get negated by your thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just fortification armor.
It's on my shield, but yeah.
Yeah, fortification shield. So just 2 normal hits then.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'd say I kind of wish it was on my armor, but you live and you learn.
So that's 13 and 15 points of damage.
So 8 and 10.
Yep, those are reduced because he does not have the evil subtype. And I need 2 fortitude saves against his crystallization.
24 and
A natural 1.
Natural 1.
Both of those will fail.
Okay.
So a creature struck with his claw must succeed at this fortitude save or take 1 point of dexterity drain. So you take 2 points of dexterity drain. On a critical hit, unfortunately, these did not confirm a critical hit, so we don't get to do that. As long as the creature suffers any of this drain, portions of its body appear as living green crystal, and it gains the earth creature subtype.
Uh-oh.
So Gideon, you see I guess you're mostly armor, so you might not be able to see too much, but you do feel like your body stiffens, and maybe you can see little cracks in between your armor where your skin is turning somewhat green, and you feel very earthy.
That's not good.
I think it would be amazing if he could use his command stone to command the stoned Jessup around, but that's not how that works. So that's Ziguch's turn. So Oran, you're up, so you'll have to once again move to the other side of the room. You can just move around, Gideon. He probably won't take an attack of opportunity anyways.
Oh, you want me to move? Okay.
Yeah, he wants to make you do it.
Unfortunately, no matter what you do, you're going to be squeezing because of those statues. Because like I said, you couldn't end your turn in them, so you're going to be squeezing, which means you're going to take more penalties on attack rolls, so you're really not going to hit.
So you're hoping for that nat 20?
You're going to have to roll a natural 20 to do anything, yeah.
Yeah, I'll work in the -4 at the very least, but whatever the penalty for squeezing is, you'll have to.
Yeah, it's another -4, so that's going to be a nothing. You only get 1 attack because you had to move over there. So.
Oh, that's true.
So that's not going to do anything.
Oh, thank goodness.
18 to hit with that, so that'll bring us to Gideon.
Well, since I did literally nothing last time, maybe I should go ahead and not be bad at the game.
Maybe.
Yeah. So concentration is 15 plus double the spell level, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll take a moment to buff ourselves here. We're going to go ahead and 15 plus double the spell. So 15 plus 8 is 23. Yeah, we'll roll for this. So I got to beat a 23, and I've got a 20 to do it. And
got a 90% chance.
Okay. Here we go.
28.
Casting divine power.
Okay.
We will swift action, use divine might, and choose him as our enemy. And we will move 5 foot fly to there. And let's go ahead and give. We're gonna use a move action to do this. We'll do invocation of. Do we have any sacred to armor class right now? I don't think so, right?
Interesting choice.
Yeah. I thought about the saves.
It's not what I would have gone with.
What would you have gone with?
Attack rolls.
Yeah, it's the attack. Yeah.
Personally, if I was using that ability, I would use attack rolls in every conceivable situation. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's soon to be commanded.
Right. Yeah. It doesn't.
Yeah.
Well, no,
yeah. In this
also-
situation, saving throws is valid.
Correct. It doesn't benefit me in any capacity.
Oh,
is
well
the other
then
thing.
forget about it.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, that's the one thing that's really weird about.
Oh, do you have one that increases your allies' caster level checks?
I was just gonna say, can you do caster level checks?
I'm reading them right now to see if there's one that improves.
Because that would be a game changer.
Yeah, it really would, wouldn't it?
Be a pretty big one there.
I would never call you Great Value Paladin again.
At least not to your face.
So this benefit grants a +1 sacred bonus on concentration checks and caster level checks to overcome the target's spell resistance.
Aw.
Yes. Did you find it? Which one was it? I was looking for
Piercing.
it.
Piercing.
It's not against
Yeah.
sad
Isn't
day.
that sad? Isn't that really sad?
Sad day.
You could give me DR.
Healing would be nice. Yeah, but his attacks count as magic.
Yeah, healing would be good.
I'm gonna go with healing. So they get up to the amount of increases by 1 for every 3 class levels the Endura has,
4.
and I've got 6 or 7. I have 7 of them. So
Yeah, so it'd be 1, 3, and then it's 6. Sorry, it'd be 3.
I don't think I'm in range.
It doesn't have a range. Oh, it does. It's within 30 feet.
Yeah, I'm not in 30 feet.
Are you not?
No, because I'm really
'Cause
high
you-
up in the air.
Yeah, he's like 30, 40 feet in the air.
What if I stayed where I was?
No, I wouldn't worry about it. I'm okay.
Okay.
I'm
It's got
okay.
Images.
You do your thing, man.
Well, Oran, you get fast healing then. You're still my ally.
Woo!
All right, that's Gideon's turn. Brings us to Jessup, and then the Icker. Icker is gonna do his thing, hoping for a natural 20, which he doesn't get.
Oh, it's even harder. Yeah, I think he really does just exactly need a nat 20.
Yeah, like his whole thing is more so dominating and controlling and casting and doing swarms and stuff, but
Yeah.
those aren't super effective in this instance. So brings us to Kieran.
Okay, what do I have? So I totally forgot you can upcast spells. So I have actually
Oh gosh.
4, and then I have 10 castings of Dispel Magic. So we can just draw this comp. And then if I dip into level 5, I've got 3. So I've got 13 castings of it. So
Why don't we just take 20?
right? Can I
At
just
this
take 20,
point.
please? Right?
Oh boy.
Although I do have to save some break enchantments for Jessup if we get out of this mess. So, all right, I guess I will just. I don't want to waste my level 5, so I'm not going to quicken cast anything more. So I will just try to dispel. But first, I'm a zoom.
All right.
So roll your attack of opportunity.
Still squeezing. It's gonna be a 24.
24 will not do anything, thank goodness.
Squeezing.
So, cool. Okay.
All right.
And then I will try a dispel again.
Alrighty then.
And this is at Ziguch.
All right.
Natural 1.
Oh gosh.
Okay. That's my turn.
And it's Ziguch's turn. He's gonna step up, do the same thing as before. It's natural 19, so that's probably gonna hit. I'll figure that out later. Natural 2 is gonna miss.
I do have to say,
19 is probably gonna hit.
Jason was pretty excited. He told me before the session that if we got through this combat in a reasonable amount of time, we might see some stuff that he generated through AI. And yeah, we're not gonna
getting
get
there.
We're not gonna get
That's
through
not
this,
We're not
this
getting to
combat.
that.
So, yeah.
We'll be lucky if we get through this combat before the end of the
I know.
session.
I was like,
Yeah.
there's a possible if they roll super well in a dispel, it could be over like in 2 turns, but that did not go that way.
I didn't think of the dispel until Oran was smacking me, so that's on me.
Yeah. So he had 2 natural 20s. The other 2 definitely miss. Not natural 20s, natural 19s. Ziguch does crit on a natural 19 though, so I have to confirm
Uh-oh.
those. 39 is not going to confirm. Actually, 41 because he's flanking. Does 41 confirm?
Yeah.
Okay, so that the one tentative crit is a actual tentative crit that he'll have to roll a percentile on because he's flanking, so that got him. And the other one is a natural 2, so a normal hit, and then we'll roll a d100.
Suddenly, I feel like you're rolling a lot better.
44 also is just a normal hit.
I have made my money on that fortification investment.
Yeah. So his damage, you take 12 and 15, so minus your DR. And I need 2 more fortitude saves. 23, 23 will both fail, so you'll take another 2 dexterity drain. And I think at this point he's pretty confident that you have been earthified, so we might have some fun next round.
Yeah, I've got some. Yeah, I'm gonna whisper you. I got some things.
Okay. Brings us after Ziguch, it's Oran's turn. I see he has preemptively run over and gotten ready to do some stuff. 29, and he is not squeezing anymore, so a 29 would not hit, but I think it gets rid of an image.
Yes, it does. Wait, -4? 25?
He's not
No.
He's not squeezing anymore.
29. I've already got the 4 for airborne.
Oh, do you? Okay. Then yes, it is an image.
So that brings us to Gideon.
Okay. Well, we're doing a little bit better now that we've got all of these things, so we're gonna go ahead and go there and full around attack him.
All right.
At least one of those will hit. Nice.
Ooh.
2 of them will hit.
There you go. 37, 26, 19, 42. You're starting to do some stuff here, and your damage is up as well. So
Yep.
2 of those will hit. So that's an 18 and a 15 damage. That's 33 damage. So I forgot to heal him up. So he went up to by that, and then he's down by 33. All right.
Without buffs, Gideon is actually worthless. Like my whole, actually worthless.
That's Kieran too.
Yeah, no, my whole thing, and it's always a balancing act. But yeah.
Yeah. All right. Top of round 11, we have Jessup and then the Icker. The Icker is going to step over here and hopefully roll a natural 20 this time. He does not. He might start throwing out more swarms next round. We'll see. Kieran, it's your turn again.
Okay, I'ma zoom. Wee. Wee. So
All
roll
right.
your AOO,
yeah.
Oran.
Your O.
28.
I mean, I don't want to.
Would you stop rolling to get rid of my images, man?
No kidding. Seriously, these rolls are amazing.
Stop
Yeah,
it.
Oran is like, I don't think he's rolled below a 15 all night. Just kidding.
Not against me, at
Just
least.
kidding.
He did have a natural 1, I think, but
I gotta say, in terms of a summon, he's been working for me pretty well.
Doing pretty good. Keeping her busy.
Yeah.
Keeping him busy.
natural 5, 18.
Natural
Fail.
5 for an 18 is not gonna do it.
Well, Jessup didn't get a turn in this whole thing. My turn's just been the same thing over and over, so it's been a real fun
Yeah.
combat. Real fun.
And Oran's turns have been
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of, it is Ziguch's turn, and he is going to step here. He's going to use his stone command. Command stone. Sorry, I said it backwards. So Ziguch, command stone. Nobody is attacking him, so he doesn't have to do it defensively. Gideon, give me a save, and I would like it to be a will.
Okay. If I fail this, I have an immediate action that I will use.
Okay.
Oh, and well, okay, that works.
31. That will pass. So you are able to resist the domination. All right. That brings us to Oran. Oran is going to run to the other side of the room again. And again, because the way Ziguch moved, he'll have to be squeezing.
So 24.
Yeah, 24 is not going to do it.
No, thank goodness.
Yep. And that brings us to Gideon again.
Go ahead, swift action, heal up with a divine touch.
Ooh, not bad. 21.
Yeah, not a bad roll at all. I've been feeling like a proper Wish.com paladin.
Yeah, as you one-on-one the residual energy of a slain deity.
Yeah, that's great theming. Yeah, full round attack this guy.
Did you get your divine might bonus in there as well?
Divine might for the to hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, +2 to attack, +3 damage.
I just want to make sure there was all in there.
Yeah, it's in there. My damage is still pitiful. I know.
I mean, it's bypassing all of his defenses, so it's fine.
Yeah, it is fine.
Okay, 25. Goodness.
Holy
If
crits,
this guy was subject to crits, let
I
me
know.
tell ya.
I know.
I've had 4 potential crits against you. You've done a bunch of potential crits against me. None of them have worked.
Literally none of them for either of us. So just beyond crits.
25, 22 will miss, but the 36 and the 43 will hit, dealing 15 plus 19, so 34 damage. All right.
Chip, baby. And keep the pressure on.
Yep. Brings us to Jessup and then the Ichor. So the Ichor has realized that you are now doing more consistent damage than his regeneration is doing. He will regenerate at the top of his turn right now, but he's actually going to withdraw and fly up here to be about 20 feet in the air. And that's his turn. Moving over to Kieran.
Oh man, they're coming after me. I'm a zoom again.
Oh, they coming after me.
Oh Lord, they coming.
If I were to zoom like in here, he would be squeezing to get to me, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I will just remind you though too. Don't forget that this wall he can't bypass without taking damage.
The Ichor can't, but everybody else can.
The Ichor. Okay, well then I guess
You can just go over it though, right?
It's 20 foot high, so I don't know how tall the ceiling is here.
It's at least 40 feet, given that Kieran's been trying to get above.
Well, in that case, yes, he could.
Well, then I'll come
But
here.
Oran would be squeezing in that hallway.
I'll still just come over here.
Okay.
I guess. Yeah, I'll do that. And
Roll your stuff.
yeah, I'm just trying to think, man. Okay, so that did take care. Stop rolling those high numbers.
It'll be 25. It'll be 25 because I'm still squeezing.
Oh, okay.
I'm squeezing.
All right. But still, stop rolling like 15 plus. That's every single time. Can I have
you need
one
to be
of those?
rolling those in your caster level checks, Sarah.
I know. Can you give me one of those for 16, 29?
Hey! Who was that targeting? Who do we
Please
free?
tell me. That was going after
Let
Ziguch.
me take a look at this.
Please tell me that
Ziguch.
works.
All right, so Dispel Magic. The DC is 11 plus the creature's caster level. Let me look at the caster level for this Ichor.
He could be. He's a fallen deity.
He's an old god. It definitely could be.
What we're looking at here is if he is a caster level 18 or lower.
Yes, 18
that
or
would be
lower.
enough.
Meets
If
beats.
he is 19 or 20, you fail.
Yes.
The Immortal Ichor has a caster level of 17.
Oh my gosh. I was going to say, there's like very little chance of me passing if it's higher than a 29. Oh my
After
goodness.
about 36 to 42 seconds of persistence from Kieran, you see that one of his Dispel Magic spells goes off, and I just rolled his own caster level check just to make sure, because I forgot he had caster level or spell resistance, but we're good. Goes off, and you see Ziguch kind of shake his head rapidly, almost to the point that you'd think like his neck would break. It's just like rapidly shaking his head back and forth, and then begins furiously clicking and chittering. But none of you who are in a state of mind to understand anything know what he's saying, because you don't
Do
speak that
I?
language.
Because I'm...
I would say
He speaks rock.
no. Just because if we're interpreting the exclusion of all other actions as strictly as we are, I'm going to say that you're not even paying attention to the surroundings. Like, you don't threaten around you, so you're not paying attention to anything except Kieran. So you hear yelling, and that's functionally it.
The yelling is from Kieran. He's just been yelling nonstop.
Dispel magic! Dispel magic! Dispel magic!
The spell, yeah, he pauses only to say the verbal components of the spell, and he goes,
Dispel magic!
yeah, the verbal components are just saying the name of the spell.
So, that brings us to Ziguch. Ziguch is going to... He realizes that in your earth form, you can't do anything useful against the Ichor because your damage would be completely resisted. So he's ordering you to revert back to your original form so that you can do something.
Okay.
This would, like, he's going to do that, and then he's going to move to be over here. On your turn, you would... I'm ruling that this is something that you wanted to do in the first place.
I'm like, I don't get my will save, but it is exactly what I wanted to do.
So I'm going to say this is completely
over.
within nature, so you just follow his command without even thinking about it. At which point I will rule that once you drop out, you no longer are the earth type, so the dominate would also drop. And I think, so he realizes that, but he also understands that this is more beneficial to him at this situation. So you would spend your standard action to dismiss elemental body, and you would have a move action or swift action left on your turn. And you can now act as you wish.
Are you saying it's not dismissible?
Dominate person is not dismissible.
Yeah. Well, but I lose it because I don't have the earth.
Yeah. I don't know. I was just laughing. That's like. Yeah, what's done cannot be undone. That's funny.
Really so once you dominate, you can't undo it. I mean, you can by just not focusing on it for a day, but I get what you're saying.
So yeah, Oran, you have a move
standard action?
No, because it's a standard action for you to drop out of your spell.
Dismiss. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, run away. I'll move.
Okay,
that's my turn. Can't do anything with my move action. I don't have any swift action type skills available to me right now.
That'll bring us to Gideon at the bottom of the round.
We know that you need slashing to bypass his DR, yeah?
Yeah.
I think Kieran gets to act before the thing does.
I do. Well, not before the Ichor. No, the Ichor goes before me. Yeah.
I still am going to move and ready for everyone to be within range and cast Shared Wrath once they are against the Ichor.
All right, that'll bring us to the top of the round. We have Jessup, followed by the Ichor. You can see that the Ichor, its form almost explodes in fury, like it's almost dissolving, and you can see how agitated it is by this turn of events. And it is going to charge at Kieran.
Oh.
No, not me.
Some retaliation.
Not me.
If you have your glaive out, that would technically provoke.
Okay.
Oh, and it was able to go through that wall?
It's above the
It
wall.
can fly above it because it's only 20 feet high.
They're both way up in the air.
Yeah, I did think about doing that too, though, is setting another double wall it up. But I figured that's a lot of level 5 spell to maybe do 3d6 plus 16 points of damage.
I'd say 32 on the charge.
What round of combat is this?
13.
Okay. So I still have haste.
Yeah.
My AC is 33, so you get rid of an image.
Okay. And you would have gotten, like I said, an attack of opportunity because you have a glaive.
Okay.
Which will be his AC's 2 less also for that.
Yeah.
25.
25 will miss.
Useless.
And that does bring us to your turn, Kieran.
I'm going to fly over here and provoke.
All right, he'll take it. That is a 17 on the die, plus whatever his bonus is, which is a...
Just roll a d5.
38.
Just roll a d5.
Roll 1d5. That's a far.
Okay. I'm going to use my Cloak of Long Shadow and cast a lightning bolt, but I'm going to convert the damage to fire.
Nice.
Ooh.
We love that.
So it'll be a reflex save from him.
Okay. That is a 15.
Oh, that fails. DC 19.
I rolled a 6.
So he takes 37 points of fire damage from my firebolt.
All right.
You know what? For good measure, let's hit him with a quickened magic missile.
All right.
So 20 force damage.
All right. Well, it handled his regeneration for the round.
Gideon, or somehow Kieran's, or Jessup's still going to get the finish on him.
Yeah, somehow. Yeah.
He's going to stand next to the statue and Jessup like falls over on top of it.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was
force
thinking.
damage.
All right, that's my turn.
Okay, that brings us to Ziguch. Ziguch is going to step up here and cast a spell. Jessup, I need a fortitude save.
Jessup, are you going to make it? Come on, buddy. He's been too busy playing games.
Yeah, Brandon's like, I switched to Baldur's Gate. I'm not even on the.
I'm doing some bear stuff.
Screw you, Pathfinder.
He's busy doing bear things.
Bear things.
Gosh.
It's just bear things.
All right, Jessup. With a 21, you do not die from the stone to flesh spell. I get those mixed up so
He
much.
gets it mixed up. He cast flesh to stone on a statue.
Dude, I'm stone squared.
I did it backwards. I always mess that up.
Yeah. So you are returned to your fleshy form, and I assume spell resistance doesn't carry over when you're stoned.
Oh no.
He overcame it anyways. We're good. That's going to be Ziguch's turn. I don't think he has any swifties he wants to do. Also, he's at full health. I forgot he had fast healing this whole time.
Wow, that's amazing.
So that brings us to Oran. You are no longer controlled and you can do stuff.
Heal 3.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
I thought you were asking him to cast heal, and I was like,
Really?
I did too.
I just got out of it.
you wasted no time for that.
I need it. Please, I need it.
Right. I'm going to move here
All right.
and cast Distraction.
Okay. That's not a reflex save. I'll just roll and you'll tell me what it is. It probably doesn't matter.
It is a Fortitude save.
Fortitude, that'll be a 35.
Yeah, that'll pass. So you will take 10d6 points of damage.
Still not bad. And this is like Divine Fire, so he's not reducing it with anything. He doesn't have spell resistance. Yeah, this will just go through.
33 points of damage.
All right. Not bad. You see his form kind of burst into a sort of flame. He's still up, though.
That'll be my turn.
All right. Gideon, it's your turn.
Well, nobody really got close enough, so oopsie. We're just going to fly up to him.
All right. That's you have to double move to do that. Can you get there in one?
I think we can get there in one. We still have haste?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can get there.
Okay.
And then attack him once.
You charging?
You want me to, don't you?
I would never tell you to do something.
I don't know if I can charge while flying. Can I?
I have no idea.
Fiercely.
He did.
Oh, well, what's a -2 to AC when he's that unlikely to hit me anyway? I'll give you a little chance.
That'll miss.
That's it's a natural 3.
Yeah. Okay. Brings us to the top of round 14. Jessup. Guess who gets to do a turn?
So Jessup will look at Ziguch, and assuming, does Jessup know that he's the one who cast it? Like, can you, even though you're stone, you can still perceive, correct, or no?
No, you have no idea.
Oh, I have no idea what's going on.
So as far as you know, you just lost time, basically. Like,
The visions.
people were on the other side of the room, and then all of a sudden everybody's in different positions. And there's a wall of silver splitting you in half.
Could I attempt to get like a sense motive check on Ziguch to see if he's going to wreck my face?
Sure.
38?
38. With a 38, you're looking at him, and you get the sense that he is, while you're not able to understand all of the words that he's speaking, because not only is he still speaking in the ancient Terran, but he's speaking, you know how when people get really angry, they don't always enunciate their words like they should?
No, I have no idea what you're referring to, Jason.
Yeah, that's happening right now. So you can tell he's very angry, and from his body language, he's like furiously motioning towards the thing. You get the sense that he's like basically commanding you to attack the creature in whatever way he can, since you can't understand him.
Jessup, before I turned to stone, was going to tell everybody not to hurt Ziguch because he's probably being controlled by that ichor. It turned out that way anyway. So yeah, Jessup will not attack him, and I guess we'll turn over and attack this guy. So first off, swifty action, inspire courage.
All right.
Nice.
Jessup will 5-foot step because he wants to cast spell, just wants to make sure Ziguch is going to stab him in the back or anything.
Finish him.
I'm going to try.
Suddenly the
Probably
party
not.
is useful again.
It only took one swift action for it.
Yeah.
And I guess Jessup is going to cast Test the Waters here. Good old ear piercing screen.
Okay. It's a fortitude save, so he is going to get a natural 20. Gosh. Dang it, I wanted that on the attack roll against Gideon.
So help me. So help me. if Jessup kills this thing, Kieran's just gonna walk out. He's just gonna leave. So help
Just
me.
quits.
So help
It's only
me.
half damage. Chill.
8 damage.
Sonic.
Yep, okay.
He had 7 hit
That would
points.
be classic Jessup. Classic.
He's still up.
Jessup, that dude. I'm gonna have so many stories. Jessup the God Slayer.
So that's Jessup's turn. Brings us to the Icker, who's going to heal up. And he'll 5-foot step so he's not like in the corner as much.
Kieran's taunting him.
How are you doing it?
Neener. Come and
Oh,
get
that's
me.
Pathetic.
And he will actually... No, I take that back.
Oh no.
He will 5-foot step, but he's actually going to 5-foot step to be above this statue. He's going to cast a spell on Gideon. So will negates object or none. So he's going to cast telekinesis on Gideon, and he is going to try to force you to slam you into the ground. He's going to try to telekinesis you straight down into the ground and smash you. Which, as far as I can tell, it says, will save object or none. So I don't think you get a save.
I feel like you
A
should.
creature can negate the effect on an object it possesses with a will save. You'd think that if he just targets the creature, you'd get a will save too. Combat maneuver. Alternatively, once per round, you can use a telekinesis to perform a bull rush. Okay, so that's what he's doing. So he has to roll a combat maneuver check then.
But can you
Okay.
do it on an object without having to roll?
If it's not possessed by a creature, yes. I guess.
Gotcha.
It's weird how that works.
Also, can you imagine if you could just like, I'm gonna telekinesis your armor to the ground?
Oh, there it is. So, alternatively, the spell energy can be spent in a single round. You can hurl one object or creature per caster level within range 10 feet per level. You must succeed on an attack roll. Okay, so he's going to roll an attack roll against you, and he's going to try to smash you into the ground. So, this is a base attack bonus.
That's not how it works. Well, no.
What?
The attack roll is if you're throwing items at me. If you're flinging me, it is a will save.
Oh, is that further down?
Yes.
What just causes objects and creatures that miss? Creatures who fall within the weight category are hurled, but they're allowed to will save to negate the effect. Okay, so give me a will save. Oh, that's going to fail.
Yes.
So he is going to telekinetic you into the ground. So his hurl against the solid object, it takes damage as if it had fallen 10 feet, so you'll take the 1d6 damage.
Wait, that's it? That seems pretty dumb.
Is it? I think it should be for every 10 feet you fall.
I would agree, if not even more.
Awful rolls anyway, so you take 5 damage. You're fine. But you are thrown to the ground and you're flying, so you can't be knocked prone, so you're just down there now. That brings us to Kieran.
That feels a little underwhelming for a 5th level spell, I'm not going to lie. I'd expect
Yeah, it's a pretty
to do
crap
a
spell.
lot.
I've always thought it that way.
I was expecting to just cast Dispel Magic this whole fight, and now I don't know what to do. I will cast a Scorching Ray now that he's not in melee with Gideon, so I'll just do
All
a
right.
standard Scorching Ray.
Cool.
All right, let's see if I first attack. 19, natural 2.
Nope.
And natural 2 again.
Nope.
And then a natural 1. So, there you go.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
But the dispel worked.
I'm having so much fun with these spells tonight. It's great.
Yeah, I tell you, this guy has the highest touch AC you've seen in this AP so far, so he's hard to hit to begin with, but...
Yeah, well, I'll move on the other side of this wall.
All right. That will bring us to Ziguch. Ziguch, who has regained his Crystal Burst ability, is going to use that again. It's he's going to cast it on the ceiling, so even with a 30-foot radius, it will not hit any of you guys who are on the ground, but it will hit the Icker, who is up against the wall there. So the Icker has to roll a, what is this, reflex save? Oh, that's going to be a hard one. Natural 1. Awesome.
Yay!
Nice.
So the Icker is going to take 12d6 piercing and slashing damage, which means it goes through, although the DR will still reduce it. So 51 minus 15. So the Icker takes 36 damage. All right. And that is Ziguch's turn. Brings us to Oran.
Destruction.
Oh, we're doing destruction again. Okay, another fortitude save. That is, that
Oh?
legitimately might fail. I don't know what your DC. Oh, that's the 100%'s got to fail.
It's only a DC 20. It's a level 7 spell.
I have a plus 16 fortitude, and I rolled a 3.
Oh, So
I
that
was gonna say, it's a
fails.
19. It's got to fail. I don't know what
Yeah,
DC is, but
that fails. Yeah, it's a 20. So 160 damage.
Wow.
so again, fortitude. Okay, so
10 points of damage per caster
Yeah,
level. If the
and
spell
this-
slays the target, it consumes the remains utterly in holy fire.
and so fire does nothing. He's not immune to it at all. So that just goes straight through. One thing I will have to look up: destruction.
Did you just consume an old god, dude?
Yeah, I think he ate his soul.
Yeah, with holy fire.
So this is a death effect. What do death effects do with regeneration? They cannot die as long as their regeneration is still functioning, although creatures with regeneration still fall unconscious when their hit points below 0. Certain attacks, typically fire and ice, get rid of it.
So this one specifically says the only way to restore life to a character who has failed to save against this spell is to use True Resurrection, a carefully worded wish spell, followed by Resurrection or Miracle.
That's really hard to bring someone back from that.
Yeah.
So some people are saying that a death effect does not stop regenerate unless the regenerate is halted.
But he would be consumed into pieces of ash, so those pieces would come back.
So you do enough damage that you reduce him well below 0, right?
Yep.
He had 75 hit points left.
So does that reduce him below his constitution?
Yeah. He can't die because he has regeneration.
Right, but how do you stop regeneration? Is it fire?
It depends on the regeneration.
Yeah, there's
Oh.
normally an elemental weakness.
So this one was fire. I don't know if that affects his or not.
It does not. So the pieces of... So this ooze bursts into divine flame. You see it consumes him almost entirely, and just little sparks kind of fall to the ground. And then you see, almost as if defying death itself, these sparks begin to grow into little droplets of ooze again. As while it may just be the residual essence of a deity, it still has the life force of a deity, and it continues to cling on to life. That is Oran's turn. He has vanquished almost the creature. Gideon, it is your turn.
We know fire hurt it, but we don't really know what it's weak to, do we?
Correct.
Or what would stop its regeneration?
I suppose there's another thing that I might have neglected here. I'll have to look at your character.
Mine or his?
Yours. Does Divine Might not work the same way as Smite?
In what capacity? It doesn't work the same way as Smite.
As far as like alignment,
All of my stuff is good aligned, I'm pretty sure.
I don't see that in this text.
It's not in that text, but there's angelic aspect.
Oh, is that what Angelic Aspect does?
In addition, your natural weapons and any weapons you wield are considered good aligned for the purposes of overcoming DR.
Okay, so actually, I did not realize that. Whenever you hit him, you would have been halting his regeneration. Actually,
That's all right. I don't mind playing on hard mode once in a while.
Yeah, it's
It's more satisfying when you win.
It's not like I cast that spell at the
fine.
beginning for to be aligned one way. It's okay.
Ultimately, it wouldn't have mattered because you didn't hit him 8 times to kill him on your own, and you hit him
Correct.
enough that Oran's 160 would have killed him anyways. So literally nothing changed other than the fact that you didn't realize that you were halting his regeneration with your good aligned weapons. Did you hit him last round? I don't think you did.
No.
Or did you?
You missed.
I
He charged
missed.
and missed.
Okay. So his regeneration has re-upped. So Gideon, you would, in hindsight, you would realize that your weapons were actually halting his regeneration.
Okay.
And so you realize that if you don't hit him again, he will just come back.
But he's all just spread about, right?
Yeah, he's just there on the ground.
He's on the ground, right? So I'll just 5-foot step and
Coup de grace.
wail him.
Okay.
Can I just coup de grace? Yeah.
Yeah, you
No reason I
line up
can't.
an attack and you just start smashing these globules of ooze on the ground. And as you do, they fizzle out of existence. And within moments, the deity is slain once more.
Wow. That would have been great to know ahead of time, but I don't know if Gideon would have known anyway. But I could have made everyone's weapons good aligned.
Yeah, I don't think it would have ultimately changed how those numbers worked out
No.
at the end?
We won. It doesn't matter, but
Yeah.
it's funny. I think it might have saved us some time because everyone would be doing good
He
damage.
has 75 hit points left.
So the Immortal Icar started out, I'll just start reading off some of his stat blocks just so you guys understand what you were up against there. He started out with 270 hit points.
Oh, I was so close. I said 300.
Yeah, so 270 hit points, 32 AC, 32 touch AC, 28 flat-footed AC, regeneration 10, good spells, good weapons, end it. Fortitude plus 16, reflex plus 9, will plus 11. He's amorphous, so he's immune to crits and precision damage. He has DR 15 all. He's immune to acid, bludgeoning damage, electricity, mind-affecting effects, ooze traits, piercing damage, has resistance 30 against cold, has a fly speed. He has a single slam attack, which you've seen what damage that does. He had Charm Person, Detect Thoughts, Summon, Swarm, Telekinesis, all those. You saw most of his relevant spell-like abilities. And then he had a Corrupt Ally ability, so anytime he charms somebody, they take a massive amount of wisdom damage each day, and when their wisdom hits 0, they become completely subservient as per Dominate Monster. But if the Icar is killed, they are immediately kind of, fine again. So if you had killed him before being able to dispel Ziguch, you also would have been fine.
So, control tower trope. If we kill the mothership, then all the other drones will disintegrate.
So, as the Icar falls and disappears with a combination of divine holy fire and holy weaponry, the chamber goes a little silent before you all hear a voice directly in your mind through telepathy. And this time, it's a language that you simultaneously don't understand, but perfectly understand.
Okay.
And the voice says, "Well done." That's it.
Anticlimactic. Well done. Get out. That's my. Well done. Get out. That's my hammer you're holding.
Is there a way we can respond back using that same telepathical language back to that person, almost like a message spell, or no?
You would know, Jessup, that typically when a creature has telepathy like this, they are also able to read minds. So you think, yeah, probably.
Okay. So I guess Jessup will speak in common, but obviously you'll also be thinking the words everybody will hear what Jessup's indicating. But, yes, well, apologize, friends. I wasn't much help, but seems you did fine without me. Ziguch, are you okay?
Yes, I am unharmed.
What was that thing?
It was, I do not know its name, the essence of a deity my kin slayed many, many millennia ago.
And it was just in this room with you?
Yes, we had trapped it in the container. And he points to the pink crystal tube over there, but it had cracked open and escaped.
Were you the one doing the experiments, or was it that creature?
And that was him. He sought a body for which to reclaim his deity.
Why did he need another body other than you?
You see, your sense motive is high enough that you're able to note that there's almost a bitterness to Ziguch when he responds, "I do not have mythic power. He had sought to create a body with one."
Okay. Knowledge, religion, maybe? What access to divinity, like knowledge of divinity, do mortals have, really, do you think, in this world? Do they know what a mythic spark is? What kind of insight does the average Scholarian, or even somebody with strange esoteric religious knowledge, know about the path to ascension?
I would say anybody with any ranks in religion whatsoever would be aware of the story of the, one of the most common deities on Golarion, which is Iomedae or Caden. So the concept of mythic power is easily well known.
Correct. As far as the details of the spark and all that kind of stuff,
the more esoteric details about how it's made, maybe not.
Because I'm not sure if I want to. If I should roleplay Gideon as, what are you talking about? Or, more.
You'd be aware of the concept. You wouldn't be aware of the process. Otherwise, people would be trying to do it all over the place.
Of course.
I suppose there's some confusion. That was the corpse of a dead god? That's the power that continues, persists in death?
The essence of the corpse, yes. The diminished form of the diminished form, if you will.
Are we certain that what we've done will prevent it from coming back?
Ziguch steps up and examines the floor where the ichor was, and he says, "It appears to be gone. As for why it was kept, that is before my time. It was not my decision."
How could he find one? You said you were not a mythic, but surely you must be of great power. That the Petches speak so highly of you, and we know you're just ancient. How could he even create a body, a divine vessel?
I am not sure of the details, but he probably sought the power of the builders and simply needed a means of getting there. But more than that is not for you to know.
But we've stopped him. That's what you're saying.
Yes.
Well, that is all that matters. Praise Milani.
Yes, you have done your duties well.
These builders you speak of, are they the ones who created this fortress in this area all we stand upon?
Yes, the builders created the vault. The keepers maintain it.
Are you the last of these keepers?
I am the last here that is still awakened. I will have to awaken more.
Do you know what's been happening since you have been possessed with all those that have control over the Onyx key and whatnot?
Ziguch shakes his head and says, I was not aware of the details, but I know that they have been tampering with the nexuses, and the vault is on the verge of collapse.
What would happen if it collapsed?
Let us ask. And he turns to the sandbox, and you can see within a few moments, maybe a minute or so passes, the sand here actually forms itself into a perfect model of the entire vault. Like that map that I showed you when you guys were falling. Like the sandbox basically forms this map in exquisite detail. And Ziguch begins asking questions, and he says, show the locations of the nexuses. And so the sand begins to twirl around like a spiral around several locations. So it shows several nexuses that you weren't aware of before. So there's 3 nexuses that it shows in far, far corners of the vault. And then the 3 that you guys were actually aware of that you saw beams of light coming out of. And then he says, show the flow of magic. And then it shows those 3 lines that you already saw while outside, going from the 3 central nexuses to the citadel. And you also see a small spiral at your location, which you already know about, the orange-blue circles over there. And then Ziguch takes a moment to observe this, and then he says, show the result of the magical confluence. And the following scene, once you understand what's going on, I imagine a chill kind of goes down all of your spines as the model of this vault, this 170 mile by 120 mile vault, you see cracks form around the edges of it. And then the entirety of the vault is lifted out of the sandbox into the air. The remaining sand in the sandbox then forms a different map. This is a map of Nirmathos and Malthun. You're all immediately able to recognize this. Perfect detail map of Nirmathos and Malthun. Shortly after this map is formed, the vault in the air crashes down onto the ground, smashing the map of Nirmathos and Malthun to pieces, as if the entire vault was just dropped like a meteor onto the material plane. And Ziguch kind of clicks a little bit before responding to you and says, it appears it is not collapse, but transposition.
That is definitely not good. I wonder, and Jessup is chatting with his colleagues there, do they know what they're doing? Or by happenstance, is this just the result of them tampering?
I do not know. Either way, we have to stop them.
Ziguch asks another question and then responds to you and says, "It appears that us on the vault will be left unharmed. There is nothing to worry about."
That is not how physics works.
That landmass that the vault destroyed, that is all of our homes, our land. It impacts millions, I think.
Well, that is unfortunate for them.
We must stop them. Can you help us figure out how?
Ziguch turns back to the sandbox and speaks to it again. And you see that the map, once again, the sand collapses and then reforms. And Ziguch begins explaining to you, it says, "This is an image of the nexuses, the three which are powering this magical transposition. It appears that should you sever their connection, you will buy yourself some time." And then he asks another question, and you're able to, at this point, maybe piece together, because he's not speaking telepathically when he asks these questions, so you're trying to understand him again at this point. And Jessup, you're able to pick out a couple words of this question, like time, for instance, and you assume he's asking how long before this occurs, maybe. And you see that the sand forms an hourglass that is slowly emptying. And I did the calculation on this. So you guys have been in the vault. So you got here, spent maybe an hour or so discussing what to do, getting a beat on your surroundings. You walked a couple miles downstream and talked to the Petches. It's maybe 2 hours. You walked over to the stone home, talked to them, did that fight. 3 hours. Then you rested. That would have been 8 hours. That's 11. And then at this point you've been, I think it's fair to say you've probably been in the vault by 12 hours by now. So he looks at the hourglass and he says, "It appears that this will take place in 22 hours. But if you disconnect the nexuses, your time should increase. It seems that for each nexus, you will double your time."
Is there a way to permanently reverse it?
I imagine you would have to stop whoever is casting the transposition spell at the confluence of magic, which appears to be the Onyx Citadel itself.
Now that showed many of the other Nexi all over the place. Are we needing to just disable the 3 that are powering with those conduits? Like the ones on the outside of the continental mass here really have no relevance at this point.
Just the 3. The others have not been aligned.
Well, I think, gang, we know what we must do now.
Yes, with haste, no less.
I wonder, was this their plan all along, or when they realized that they had lost control, and is this their last-ditch effort to create mass destruction?
Well, when we find them, we'll have to ask.
I would normally think I'm a peaceful individual and like to talk my way through things, but I'm not sure I would give this General Xerxes a chance to say why she's doing what she's doing.
Maybe she does not realize the destruction she will cause.
Out of curiosity, Jason, us destroying the Onyx Towers back in the material plane, does that affect the timing of this thing at all?
No.
Oh.
Those were just access points.
Oh.
And I just collective knowledge that we have, presumably the motivation for this conquest was to reclaim a space where monsters could basically live as rightful citizens and not have to worry about being treated poorly, have a place of their own.
Some of the few Iron Fang Legion members that you didn't outright kill basically mentioned something to that effect. Yes.
Yeah, they're trying to make a place for themselves. It's to build a better future. Now that could be the lie.
That's a load of honky.
Right. This would
because you have one. You literally have one. You have an entire plane of reality that could be yours, and you're gonna drop it back in the material plane where it could be conquered by another human force or non-monster force.
Well, I mean, who wants to be isolated their whole lives?
But you're not, though. You can literally create towers.
Yeah. Doesn't this call into some question the motives that we've understood for this invasion, Jace? Is that a legitimate line of thinking to consider?
Your characters would probably definitely see this as being kind of out of left field.
Yeah, like this feels not what they were after.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to line up with your knowledge. No.
This seems more revengey than,
Right. It seems like
those in space of our own.
Those in power that united everyone just used a convenient narrative to get the manpower.
Yeah.
The problem is that even those that fall for this convenient narrative should recognize that they have plenty of space here. you know?
Right. Like the second you get there. Yeah, but you don't know. Well, but we're assuming that they know that they're getting ready to basically transport this entire area into another one. That probably your basic soldier, your basic hobgoblin probably has no clue that this is happening.
Yeah, this would effectively bring about a second Earthfall, more or less.
Right. This would result in dramatic destruction. Like, how big was the region of the affected area projected?
It's a meteor the size of 170 miles by 120 miles.
That would destroy the entire Earth.
Yeah, that would at least destroy the inner sea. So like so there would be no world to have a place in. So whoever is doing this is, one, either ignorant of the full scale of destruction which they'll bring about, which is an angle that we can use, or perfectly cognizant and simply vengeful, but that completely transfers the narrative that some people might have bought into as far as why the Legion is doing what they're doing.
Ziguch did say that you'd be fine on the vault, though.
A 60-mile asteroid would destroy the entire Earth. Like, entirely.
Well, I'm guessing, I'm kind of getting the vibes that, because they've been here for a while, because, I mean, how long has the campaign been?
It's been about 6 or 7 months in world.
And they stole the key 2 years ago?
Yes.
So presumably they might have been here for 2 years, and they're just now going after these somewhat neutral, the Petch races. I kind of get the vibe that we kind of screwed them over. They don't really know where this shard is. So they're just latched effort dropping a nuke, and they're trying to, because they know all the people on this continent is going to survive. Now they're just finally like, all right, well, you're going to probably the only thing that's going to be left alive, so you're going to start following me now.
Subjugate the remaining world? Yeah, okay.
The remaining 170-mile world.
I was gonna say something about this really changes, at least for me as a player, and maybe it's not that significant. I'm blowing it out of proportion, but like the meta narrative has shifted from the type of story I thought we were participating in. Now it's like, no. We've got to save the whole world now. This is really bad.
I kind of feel that though they've had some conflict in between, like with the general and then some of the other underlings. Yeah. So maybe you're just not seeing eye to eye. Because it's not Zenacia. That was the other one, right? That was
Zenacia is the Naga that you fought.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So she's who knows? Maybe she's doing it and nobody really knows, because she's a really good spellcaster. We've never actually fought her. So is she doing this because she can? I guess we don't know until we get there.
Well, add Godslayer to our titles.
Yeah, Jessup, I have a follow-up question to him with has this plane ever teleported before? Would this be the first time?
This will be the first.
Why was that built in, that you could do that for a particular reason?
Originally it was not. The nexuses have been tampered with.
So we're messing with someone that is fairly intelligent, I would imagine.
I would assume so. Someone well versed in the ancient magics, perhaps?
You by chance don't have a magical way to help us zip across this realm to get to the nexuses quicker, do you? Just thought I would ask.
Not to bring you with me. He casts Greater Teleport to show up behind you.
Well, I guess Oran would ask, like, do you know the way a way we could get into the Onyx Citadel without being detected?
We are sorry to press you so much, but any guidance or knowledge that you have that could aid us, we're desperate here to stop this from happening.
You may ask the sand any question you wish, and it will answer with equal or greater knowledge than myself. I must make my way to the treasury to rebuild my kin.
I believe the Pesh would be very happy to see you.
I have no orders to give them at the moment.
Is there anything that you'd like us to relay?
tell them to continue doing their duties.
Fair enough.
This guy's like a god to us. I don't care for them. I got nothing that they need.
Before I leave, servants should be rewarded for their good acts. And he walks over to the corner here, grabs some stuff. He says, "This is compensation for your job well done." And he just hands over what appears to be a pearl, some bracers, and a book.
Oh, is it a pearl of power?
You don't know.
Maybe.
Wait, that's 3 magic items. I seem to recall 1, 2, 3. That's 4 party members. Like, come on, bud.
Reading your mind, he walks over to you, Gideon, and he says, "You might not recall your friend carries a hammer that is not his."
Oran whistles, like does that non-suspicious whistle, like.
And Gideon, having his surface thoughts read, is of course taken aback and apologizes.
Of course, you'll excuse me. I meant no disrespect, and any reward is only additional, and we're grateful for it. We did not come here seeking anything.
Good.
He's a man who makes his living serving gods. Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. I serve you. What? No reward?
Yeah.
Well, he thinks his inner monologue should be, most people consider that private information, like, my own. Is there no right to privacy anymore? But apparently not.
Ziguch just kind of chuckles to himself. He says, "Well, it is time for me to leave. I must begin the process to awaken them.
We may never see you again. If we don't, good luck.
I do not need luck. I need time."
Well, I will wish you all the time you need.
The time be with you.
He nods and then he greater teleports out.
He was a fantastic conversationalist.
So you guys get around to do a quick checkup on what you were given and form your next plans. But we will figure that all out and what your next 22-hour plan is next week.